tried to fight alone. 'Cause sometimes we just don't know that we can do anything together if we just try. And as long as we have our backs whenever our foes combine, this time we will win. This time we'll have to join forces. This time we will win. This time we'll have to join forces. Castles and dragons, the battle begins tonight. Are you with me? This is our kingdom, and we won't run tonight. We are a team. Castles and dragons, the battle begins tonight. Are you with me? This is our kingdom, and we won't run tonight. We are a team. We can do anything together if we just try. And as long as we have our backs whenever our foes combine, this time we will win. This time we'll have to join forces. This time we will win. This time we'll have to join forces. The reasons why I need to hold on to everything I don't what you say now, I need to hold on to. I can't take much more now. I can't hold on to everything. I don't know what to say now. To hold on to everything. John C. To hold on to. I think it might be time to start. Oh, I did it again.
Distance nerding.
Hey! What up, everybody? Ladies and gentlemen, you are now watching Distance Nerding. Oh my God, is he wearing a thong?
Yep.
Was that a thong? Are you seriously wearing a?
I'm not wearing a thong.
Okay, it's banana hammock.
Whatever. You know, potato.
Potato.
My lighting is horrible. Oh my God.
Is that why it looked like you were wearing a G-string?
Probably. That's totally the reason. Not because I'm wearing a G-string.
Oh, okay. There you go. Yeah. Normally we do our intro, but I got distracted right off the bat, and yeah, we'll go with that. So I guess he's Thicky McSticky.
She's Phoenix.
And he's Young Phil.
And we're here to nerd together. All right. Nobody else did it with me. So there we go.
Nerd together.
Yay. Guys, welcome to Distance Nerding. It's your boy, Young Phil, coming in to try and make sense of the world and, you know, of course, failing as usual. As
we do.
Exactly. How you guys doing, man? How's everything been? I haven't seen either of you guys in a minute now.
Cons everywhere. Cons.
Yeah, but what are the pros though? We know the cons. What are the pros?
With you guys, just hanging with you guys. That's the pros.
There, I like it. It. That's a good answer. All right, well, guys, I got to bring on the sponsors, and then I'm going to bring in our guests here, and I'm very excited again. I'm always excited with like every guest that we have, just because every guest we bring on is awesome. So it's just kind of like, you know. Now, guys, got to throw this out there, but the stream, where's my branding? It is brought to you by Poddex, right there, right next to Phoenix, right there. See it right there. Brought to you by Poddex. Poddex are unique interview question and episode starting prompts in the palm of your hand. So whether you are a new podcaster or an existing broadcaster looking to grow your audience and get more engagement, you're going to want to check out Poddex. Oh, look, she's got the Poddex in her hand. I love it. That is awesome. Guys, you're going to go to poddex.com and use the code NERDING10 to get 10% off your first order. All right. Poddex, I mean, it's not just for podcasters. It's not just for people who are doing shows and things like that. It's a great icebreaker. Like if you're somebody who, you know, you have team events or you just go to parties and stuff like that, they are great icebreakers, you know, so you have that right there. Of course, you can download the app. It's $40 a year, which I mean, that's nothing. And then of course you get 10% off if you use our code. But the app right here, if you guys can see that once it comes up, you choose your pod deck. You say, okay, specifically, let's go icebreakers right here and say, first question, if you can invent something, what would you invent? Even if it's not real, like a time machine or a magic wand.
Oh, gloves for each individual finger, like boxing gloves for each individual finger. That's what I would do.
There you go. And then you can just like punch people individually with each finger.
Yeah. I would grow a celebrity, right?
Is that how you fight spiders?
Yeah.
Okay. You would grow a celebrity?
Grow a celebrity.
Yeah.
Specifically Tom Hiddleston?
Yeah.
Okay, we figured that one.
Or Henry Cavill, you know.
Or Henry Cavill. Yeah. Okay.
Or Henry Cavill.
Yeah. Or Henry Cavill.
For your birthday, I'd give him Henry Cavill.
Cavill, you know.
I appreciate it.
Tomato. All right. Anyways, I mean, okay. So the stream is brought to you by Poddex. If the stream is brought to you by Poddex, then you know some wonder what the hell powers young Phil. He's always so animated and so excited all the time. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I am brought to you by
Baby tears.
Baby tears, the tears of my enemies.
Oh, sorry. Was that not?
I consume the blood of my enemies.
Yeah.
Yes. Poddex. I'm sorry, not Poddex. Ruda, I told you I was going to mess this up. W. Young Phil is brought to you by W. God damn it.
We also drink Poddex.
We also drink Poddex. It is a delicious drink. It's very bubbly. W is an emerging brand of energy drinks created to help focus, concentration, reaction time with no jitters or crash. W contains no maltodextrins, no sugars, no fillers, no artificial colors or dyes. Obviously, I'm messing up a lot. I have not drank my W, but guys, if you go to w.gg, use the code nerding10 and you get 10% off your W. Now, guys, what makes me very excited to say is W is finally back in stock after like 3 months.
Yay.
There was a production issue with like their tubs and everything like that. They are officially, everything is back in stock, and essentially they ship out within like a couple of days. I mean, they're pretty quick. So yeah, if you guys are trying to get you some W, I suggest now being the time. Now tonight I am drinking Dub Sludge. All right. And it's only because I just ordered some more Dragonade, so hopefully I get that back, but I mean soon. Dub Sludge is Granny Smith apple and secret sauce. If you're wondering what the secret sauce is, I'm sure Aaron could tell you.
Once again, like I said before, baby tears.
Baby tears. There you go. Mickey does look high on something. It's probably not CBD. Oh man, I don't know what's happening right now.
420.
I'm so high right now. The 420 was last week.
Oh man, I'm too high.
Is that the closest we're gonna get to messed up Mickey?
No, messed up Mickey I can't fully do that on stream because Disney will sue us. But I mean, like, you know, I've done some pretty messed up Mickey stuff. So guys, I'm doing the Dub Sludge right here. I've got right there, and you can see there's no color to it. It's plainly white. I'm using fizzy water.
Oh, look at you, fancy pants.
Yeah, I'm super fancy.
Yeah,
I'm real fancy.
We need to get you to drink it in a flute one day.
In a flute? How does that work? Do I do and just drink it like that?
Yep, just like that.
Okay. Well, guys, as I'm building up the W here, I think it's time to bring on our guests. Now, ladies and gentlemen, these individuals and collective, I guess, I don't know, they're two people, but they're super awesome. We met them at Capitola Comic-Con and completely clicked immediately. And we're bringing in, and we're going to be talking about the businesses that they're involved in, but then also just having a crap ton of fun, because why not? So without further ado, the great, the powerful Bridgett and Alec.
Hi guys.
How's it going, guys?
Good. How are you guys?
Pretty good. Now I did the kids clapping. It wasn't enough for me, so there we go. And the crowd goes wild. How's it going, guys?
Good.
So what's been new since we've seen you last, which was March 3rd, 4th,
Work,
5th?
work, and talking with Rob about the con coming up in a year from now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's been crazy. This is a super busy year for us, so we're always doing something, but just craziness.
Crazy. Yeah. So it sounds like the whole team is coming back for next year, actually.
Yep.
Yeah.
That looks like
Shameless
it. Can't
plug.
wait to see everybody and stuff. So
Shameless plug. Insert shameless plug. So
See my back. Oh, James fell.
Oh no.
James
Well, at
fell.
least
get himself together.
he didn't lose his legs this time.
That'll never happen again. I super glued them. It's not going to happen.
Aw, that's too bad.
No more losing of the James.
I only want my James with detachable legs.
He's gonna steal those legs. They'll go missing.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to disappoint you, but
You're going to find James with Barbie legs next time I come over.
I'm a Barbie girl in a Barbie world. Sorry.
It's okay.
I apologize. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry.
By the way,
Come on,
before we start
let's
this-
go party.
Can I point out that Phil's the only one wearing a distance learning shirt? That's really rare.
I know. It's funny that I'm the one rocking our merch for once, and nobody else is rocking the distance learning merch.
Look, I'm sorry. I went to Target today and I found this cool shirt and I had to buy it and I had to wear it on the stream. It just was a thing that had to happen.
You went to Target? I went to Target.
Oh my God. Can we be best friends?
One of the 500 targets.
You went to Target too.
I went to Target too.
Yes.
Oh, look at
Come
that.
on.
All of you guys went to Target today. Look at that.
We might not all be wearing distance nerding shirts, but boy, are we all Target heavy, man.
We would have worn one if we had one, but we don't.
You would have worn-
Uh-oh. We need to get him a shirt.
Oh, did I not give you guys a shirt at the show?
No.
Oh my God. Okay, I'm gonna remedy that. I need to after the show today. I got to get both of your guys' sizes, and I will send you shirts.
How dare you, Bill?
Santos, Tyler Yancey, hello, Steve Mead.
Oh, is Santos in the chat? It's been a minute.
Yes.
What up?
Tyler wants to point out that James is still missing his glasses, so he's very blind right now.
James does have new glasses that are on their way.
Where did you put them?
I think they actually got lost at Capitola.
Way to go.
Yeah.
What happens in Capitola stays in Capitola, okay?
Pretty much.
Capitola.
Speaking of craziness that happens in Capitola, we are gonna and this is how you put it. We're gonna start off strong, and we're gonna tell a story about some fun stuff that happened when we were in Capitola, involving yourself the night we met.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Fun stuff that is only fun because it turned out okay.
Exactly.
It's not start fun though.
If
it wasn't that fun when it happened.
Right. If it would have turned out differently, then this would not be a fun story to tell. We
At
probably
the time we didn't, but now it's a great story. Now it's anybody feel free to take this story, share it with your friends, tell it as a conversation starter. It's a pretty good one.
It's definitely a good story to tell everybody. For
It
sure.
really is. Okay, take it
So
away.
we'll set the scene. We're out to dinner, right?
Cafe Cruise.
Beautiful
Cafe
restaurant,
Cruise.
great food, great company.
Mm-hmm.
So
Really good.
get
Yeah,
there-
amazing
what
food.
time do we get there? About 8 o'clock?
We were all there like what, 8 o'clock?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got there a little bit later, but I mean, like, because you guys were already there when we got there. But
Yeah. 8 o'clock. Ate some good dinner, had some drinks, walk out to get to the pickup, and it's gone. Like, gone. Nowhere to be seen. We had people running around looking for it, seeing if someone just parked it somewhere else. And
yeah.
And if you guys didn't catch it, he what year is that truck?
2017 Ford Raptor.
There we go.
Oh, the kicker too. It's my dad's truck.
Oh.
It's the
So-
truck that he was like, you know what? Go ahead and take my truck because I never drive it. So you guys just take it. So it's like, now it's even worse. Now there's more pressure on the story. It doesn't belong to Alec. It's his dad's truck.
So 11 o'clock we go, truck's gone. Everyone's looking for it. I end up calling 911, having them come do a stolen vehicle report. I mean, God, it was raining.
Oh yeah, it was raining.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Another thing too is normally I'm like the high stress panicker, the anxiety ridden one. And in any situation, Alec's calm. He is not calm. He's on the verge of tears. His dad pulled the hole. I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed. That was my favorite truck.
Oh.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
So
That's worse than I'm not mad. I mean, like when you say I'm not mad, I'm disappointed. Like that, that
he's
hurts 10 times more.
He's like, it's all right, Alec. There's nothing you could do. But God, that was my favorite truck. Like it had to be that truck. He's like, literally, his exact words were actually, I wish you would have just taken your truck and that would have got stolen. Then you probably would have been happy. Oh, look at Baby Yoda.
Yeah, a little mini Baby Yoda.
Grogu.
Oh, I love it.
And compared to the giant one I'm about to build right now.
So yeah, that night we get back to the hotel. We hang out with Natalie Sky, Chris Reed, and Rob. And I mean, nothing we could do. We were just waiting on CHP to call us to see if they found it. And Ended up going to sleep that day. Woke up 8 o'clock in the
You
morning.
didn't really sleep. I think you
No.
caught like a good 45 minutes of like not being up and panicking.
Gone.
You guys, I remember you guys told me that you had low jack and you knew exactly where it was at one point.
Well, low jack, it doesn't GPS like pinpoint. It kind of just gives cops like it's in this general facility. It does not give a GPS like pinpoint.
So it's still almost like a needle in a haystack.
Yeah.
Like you kind of know what town the needle's in, but you don't know where. Like it could be.
Okay.
So
that morning, 8 o'clock in the morning, I wake up and I get this idea to download the Ford Pass app or Ford Go app. I don't know exactly
Ford
what
Active.
it is. Yeah. So I download it. It says enter the VIN. I entered the VIN number, and
you called them and they said, "Sir, you can download the app, and you could put in. You have to insert the VIN, but it's gonna have to get approved from the dashboard."
So you have to be sitting in the truck to hit accept. So I didn't think the guy would hit accept. 8:30, the guy freaking hits accept, and it tells me how fast it's going, which way it's driving, on what street. It tells me everything.
That's insane.
I call CHP. I say, hey, it's going northbound on San Andreas Road. It was there 5 minutes ago. Can you send units there? So they sent units there. And I checked the app like 30 minutes later, and the truck was right where it was stolen from at Cafe Cruz.
Whenever they were heading in that direction, he tells CHP, he's like, it's weird because it's like they're headed towards where we were last night.
Where it was stolen from.
Like, he's like, that's like where it was stolen. They're like, are you sure?
So, 30 minutes later, I get back on, and it's parked at the Cafe Cruz parking lot.
Wow.
So, CHP calls me, say, hey, we located it. Keys are inside of it. Yeah, I left the keys in it. That's why it was taken. But there's a kicker to the story, too.
So he's like, they're like, it doesn't look like it's been tampered with, sir. Just come and pick up the vehicle. So we get there, and CHP's like laughing, and they're holding the camera. Like
the store next door had a camera like facing where the truck was parked.
So they had the security footage, and they handed it to Alec, and a guy pulled up that morning. Probably like 20 minutes before, and he parks Alec's truck or his dad's truck and walks like 15, 20 feet to the left, and then all of a sudden you see him drive by in the camera and an identical pickup
gets in his truck. It was identical. It was a 2017 Ford Raptor. He accidentally took my truck the night before and took it home and brought it back.
Wow.
Yeah.
What's funny about that is when we were all freaking out, like we're all just trying to find his truck.
Yep.
We go around the corner and we see the Raptor, and at first everybody's just like, did somebody just move his truck over here? He goes, no, that's not my truck. It's got a different hood. You know, it's like the same color and everything, but it's got a different hood. It's not the same truck.
It was identical. The hood just had stickers on it, and the windows weren't tinted. That was the only difference.
So the guy had been drinking. Alec, left the keys in the truck, so the guy wasn't paying attention, got in the truck, and it started right on up for him because the keys were in it.
Yeah.
He probably realized and was like, I'm going to get a DUI, so I can't return it now. But anyways, the guy didn't steal. The guy borrowed the truck, and the cops were like, do you want to press charges? Do you want us to look for him? And Alex like, oh my God, no. And we know it was an accident because, there was cash inside the center console. We had a lot of belongings.
The radar detector and everything was there.
Yes, like he didn't touch anything. And I told Alec, like, okay, seriously, you can't even feel bad for yourself because imagine how that guy feels. Like, we think we have a story to tell. Like, imagine that guy. Like,
he's like, yeah, I got drunk and accidentally stole a car.
I hope that guy has like a wife or a girlfriend, and that morning he had to tell her what happened.
Like, imagine being hungover and just like, am I gonna get arrested? Are we gonna laugh this off? Like, that guy did too. I mean, to walk a good 15, 20 feet, he was like Usain Bolt. Like, he probably like ran and was I need to get in my car and leave the scene of this crime. Like,
I imagine he did like one of those slow, like, like runs where it's like, okay, build up speed.
Yes.
Now.
I have to imagine
he spent his days waiting, like anticipating the call of like, are you the guy that accidentally stole a vehicle? But I told Alec, I was like, what would you do though? Because once he took it, he had been drinking, and he probably was like, well, if I turn around now, I'm sure the cops are there. I'm gonna get in trouble. So he just borrowed it for the night.
Slept it off, and then
he lived in
went back.
Watsonville. We know that.
Yeah.
He was about 20 minutes away. So
You
Yeah.
should just you need to just drive by the house and just like honk and wave. His acknowledgement, like I know, I got you. And then just
Hey,
keep
buddy,
on
how's it going? I got my truck back. Thank you.
he just looked to the look on his face that morning. He was he was probably like anywhere from like 32 to 35, dressed like, like board short shirt, looked hungover, was just panicked. Like I think about this guy all the time, and I wonder how he's doing and how many people.
That's crazy. He lived a GTA life.
He did.
Right?
He did. It was like the real life experience. Like we all have things that we wish we could live out. Mine personally is I hope one day I could be chased by a dinosaur and live.
By a dinosaur? So you want to Ian Malcolm it, right? Just like basically get chased by a T-Rex and.
Yes, like that's one of my biggest things is like if there were really a Jurassic like World theme park situation, I would be there and I'd want to be chased and lived. Like we all wish we could be in Grand Theft Auto, steal a car, drop it off, get what you. That guy did it. He did it and he succeeded and he didn't get arrested. And honestly, I have so much. He's kind of our hero, to be honest. We think about him a lot and hope he's doing well. It wasn't his fault.
Both of you guys are gonna have the best. Like you guys will tell this story forever.
Oh yeah, forever.
You and him.
Are you guys going to tell this story at your wedding?
No, because I think everyone's initial reaction will be, well, Alec, why did you, well, even our like closest friends and family here, everybody when we were in Capitola was like, Alec, like you left the keys in the truck, and he's like, I'm from a small town.
We live in a very small town.
Yes.
Like you get out at a gas station, you just leave the car
But
running.
it was so funny because everybody here was like, no, you don't do that. Like everybody was still hating on him. So I think he is more embarrassed than even the guy is, honestly. He left the keys in the car. So it was interesting.
Real quick, guys, I want to acknowledge Kyber Cave in the house. Thank you for coming.
What up, Kyber Cave?
Marissa Dunlap is the new director and editor of Kyber Cave. So thank you for joining us on the stream. So you guys don't want to track him down at all, not even just to say thank you?
No.
It
was my fault though. I left the keys in the truck 1,000% my fault.
If the universe ever fell in line and what like next year for all it, the Comic-Con and he's there or Collecticon and he's like at Cafe Cruise and we hear him telling the story like, oh yeah, last year I accidentally took the truck and returned it. We would for sure turn to him and be like, thank you for being such an upstanding citizen and returning it.
Giving me
probably buy him a couple drinks.
It would have been even funnier if he left cash in there and said gas money or left a note that said thanks for the ride.
Yeah, I think that's what some of the chat was asking. Like, did he even put gas in the car?
No
he
gas in the car.
wanted to skip and dip. Like he was just trying to get out of there for sure, and I don't blame the poor guy.
Got out of it so long, and thanks to all the fish.
My conquest when I'm hungover is like, how am I gonna get a Diet Dr. Pepper and a breakfast burrito? Like I can't imagine having to return a vehicle and not get arrested. That's a lot.
James says we're going back to Cafe Cruise. Yes, we are. Take the keys out of the car this time, though.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, I owe you drinks, because I kept saying I owed you drinks, but I didn't see you the rest of the time except at the con.
Yeah,
so I was like,
I went back there the next day too.
They're probably like not these people. Like God.
Oh, to Cafe Cruise you went the next day?
Yeah, we went the next day with all the Boba Fett's.
Oh, that's right. That's right. I forgot you guys went and did that.
Very nice.
Yeah.
How was that, by the way?
It was okay, kind of hectic. We had to sit separate from everybody, so we sat with Chris and Natalie. And
we actually didn't get to experience the Boba Fett's, but the next day we did, and they were all awesome. Such nice people. Really, really cool, great experience. But as far as like the dinner with the Boba Fett's, we were not with the Boba Fett's, but the dinner was great.
And speaking of Chris, he's going to be on the show next week.
Oh, awesome! Yeah,
we love Chris. Honestly,
He might officiate our wedding.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Andrew Nelson is going to be officiating our wedding.
Oh, awesome.
Nerd weddings. What can I say?
I know, right?
When are you guys getting married, by the way? Because congratulations, you guys got engaged like right around
Thank you.
Capitola, didn't you?
No, we got engaged May
Okay.
21 in Los Angeles.
Okay.
May 21st, May 22nd, 2021.
Yep.
Yeah. So it'll be a year this upcoming month, but we want a long engagement because, with COVID, the restrictions, everything, we didn't want to deal with that. So we held off, and we knew we wanted a Christmas wedding. So we're getting married December 10th of this year in San Luis Obispo.
Nice.
Congrats.
Yeah, thank
Thank
you.
you.
That's dope. So, Alec, now that we've got the truck heist incident out of the way,
Yep.
I'm actually really interested in learning more about Davis Motorsports.
Oh, wow. Yeah. So it started about 5 years ago. Me and one of my best friends, Matt, kind of had the idea to start Davis Motorsports. And we started off going to tracks up and down California. So we'd go Sacramento area, Hangtown, go down San Diego area. And we would change tires and sell parts for motorcycles. And that's how it started. Yeah. Back, 6 years ago? 7 years ago now? Yeah.
We weren't together, so it was before.
Yeah,
it was probably like 2015, 14.
No. While I was doing that, I was actually going to school for law enforcement. I wanted to be a sheriff, and my dad kind of gave me the opportunity to start my own shop here in our hometown, and ended up going that route. And now run a motorcycle repair shop, and then got the Sons of Anarchy stuff kind of along the way too.
So how did that happen too? Because I'm a little curious. You don't just wake up and go, I'm gonna just start collecting memorabilia.
No, so we have
I'm just gonna collect bikes from Sons of Anarchy.
I just had to say my friend one time, it cracked me up, and this is like the truest thing ever. She's like, Bridgett, I get so nervous picking anything up here. She's like even a pencil, like you could think it's a regular pencil, but then Alex like, can you be careful with that? This is the actual pencil they use in Harry Potter. I'm like, that's so true. But yeah,
pencil they use in Harry Potter.
Do you have a pencil they use in Harry Potter?
No.
We wish.
That'd be
that's
awesome.
the next thing we're gonna look into. But
Is Harry Potter memorabilia?
yeah, Harry Potter.
Daniel Radcliffe chewed on this, okay?
More than Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe one. Actually, no. If I'm being honest to answer this question, if I think we ever got memorabilia from another show, it would be One Tree Hill.
Ooh.
We love One Tree Hill. Like we debated naming our daughter Brooke because she would literally be Brooke Davis. But yeah, we love One Tree Hill. We watch it all the time. Anyways, go ahead. Tell the tale of how this all happened.
So me and my dad fell in love with the show. Me and him would watch it every night. And then when it ended, there was an auction online, and we had no idea. One of my dad's best friends texted him and said, hey, there's an auction online. They're selling a lot of the props from Sons. If you guys are interested, you could just go and bid online. So we were online all day that day. It was crazy. Like probably 6 o'clock in the morning till 11 o'clock at night, just all day bidding, going back and forth with what we wanted. We ended up with the 2 bikes, the 46 Knucklehead Jax used on the last season and the one he rode, and Opie's bike. And after Opie passed away on the show, it was given to Filthy Phil, which Chris Reed.
Mm-hmm.
So we ended up with those 2 bikes and a lot of banners. And that's really it, like 4 banners and 2 bikes from that whole day bidding and everything. But they ended up calling us when we won the bid on the 46 Knucklehead and said, hey, if you'd like, you guys could come down to the set to pick it up.
Oh,
we're like, awesome, let's go. So we went down there, but unfortunately everything was already taken down. So we didn't get to see. We just saw like the shop and where the set was. It was just like a big open studio.
Yeah.
What year's what? Oh, this was, oh God, I don't know. Whenever we came home with the bikes. That's a funny story too.
2013 or 14.
Yeah, 2013
Sorry,
or 14.
This is taking place in 2013 or 14. Just wanted to give everybody a little timeline here.
Yeah, so after that, the guy we picked everything up from messaged me about a week later, and we became friends, and he works in a props department down there. And he said, hey, we have all this stuff left over. would you guys like me to bring it to you and you could kind of pick what you want to take from it? And we're like, yeah, that would be awesome. So he ends up loading his car up with a bunch of props from Sons of Anarchy and Breaking Bad, which I regret. I never watched Breaking Bad. I ended up watching it years after. And he laid everything out and we got to hand pick what we wanted. And I freaking told him, go ahead and take everything from Breaking Bad away. I've never seen the show. Just go ahead.
Dang it.
Yes.
Damn it, Alec.
Yeah. So, no, then we ended up with a lot of the weapons used on Sons. We ended up with IDs, work shirts, Jax's boots, Jax's shoes. You guys saw a lot of it at Capitola Collecticon.
Yeah.
You gave me something too. So, I mean, like, I'm.
Oh, yes. Yeah.
The pitchfork that was used to kill Tara.
Oh, yeah. The pitchfork that was used to kill Tara.
I feel like that's an iconic item that he has.
Yep.
Yeah, he gave me the. So if you watch, I was gonna say, if you watch the first episode of Sons, there's a there's a scene where Opie walks up to the board and they have like everybody's mugshots and everything. He gave me the arrest like sheet.
Yeah, it said like all of his warrants and everything.
Right. So I have that actually on my when Jackie gets on, you'll see it. You won't see it, but it's the bookshelf behind her. It's mounted in that bookshelf.
Oh
wow.
Oh, awesome.
We were going to set the camera up actually for everyone to be able to see the table and some of the stuff. But it was really, really hot in the shop. So next time, if you guys have us on again, we could
after we got all the props and everything too, my sister found out who created the table for Sons, the one that they all sit around, and he ended up making one for us. He was halfway through making it, and FX reached out to him and said, hey dude, like, it's licensed, unfortunately you can't sell it to anybody. And he said that we already gave them a deposit, and he ended up finishing it for us and rented an Enterprise truck and brought it all the way down from LA, and
that's dope.
Signed the back of it for us and everything. So we actually have one of two tables made by the original artist who made it.
Oh, that's odd. I love it.
What's your favorite item of all those things?
Ew, I don't know. Probably there's a rosary. There's
probably that pencil from Harry Potter, right?
Yeah.
That'll be if we ever get a hold of it, that'll be the $1 million pencil.
There's a rosary that Chibs takes off and puts on Opie's chest when he's in his casket. And probably that rosary. It's the Irish one because Chibs is Irish.
Right.
Tommy Flanagan.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it has 4-leaf clovers all around the beads and everything. So that's probably one of my favorite items.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's dude. Like a lot of the stuff you have is like I'm jealous. Really jealous.
So before that, were you like a Rabbit fan, or you were just sort of like, I'm really into this, and I just really love the show?
No, yeah, that's it. Just really love the show, and I mean, I wasn't like really diehard until afterwards. Till we got everything.
Oh yeah.
Rerun.
Yeah, we watched it quite a bit.
Yeah.
And speaking of diehard fans, there's a diehard fan on mic now.
No, I'm not. I wouldn't say I'm a. My video isn't showing. I don't know how to work all that.
You want me to put her on?
I got her.
Okay.
Did you break it, Jackie?
No,
There she goes. Oh, there she goes.
Break it. I have my Mickey.
Oh, I love it. I was just gonna say yes.
I was like, what is that? Okay.
Yeah, no, the funny thing about me and Sons is I wasn't really super into it until the very first episode I saw was the last episode.
Oh, wow.
What?
Yeah.
Ruined the whole thing.
My friend and I, we were getting ready to go out to karaoke or something, and she came, my parents were gone, and she came over and she was like, okay, we can go out, but it has to be after the Sons of Anarchy finale. It's the last episode. I was like, fine, whatever. I'm going to go run on the treadmill, whatever. So we're watching it, and that was the first episode that I saw, and a lot of my friends were super into it. And there's a funny running joke with me is I don't watch something unless it's 20 years old.
Yeah.
100%
true. It's 100% true.
A lot of people know that about me. And so I needed something to watch, and I started watching it on my phone, and I've watched it a total of 3 times.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And I like will restart it once I forget all of like the details, and then
Yep.
I'll start watching it again.
So yeah, Jackie just started this new show. It's really cool. It's called Murder, She Wrote.
That is
It'll
a,
never catch on.
that is a
First
night
Golden Girls. Have you guys
She
heard
just-
of it?
Golden
she-
Girls is another one of our 9 shows.
She just finished this popular new show called Dr. Quinn Medicine Woman.
yes.
Okay, but a show you need to not wait to watch is Cobra Kai.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
I've watched all of it.
I watched the first. I watched the first season with him. Yeah, I don't know why. Like I got into Weeds late.
oh yeah.
Oh, we
Yeah.
was a good one. I got into that one late too.
Yeah, I watch everything that's like it's old. I always just have it running on in the background. But yeah, no, Sons of Anarchy. It was interesting to just see how they made up this like fictitious town that's like in the Bay Area but not in the Bay Area.
Basically, load up.
Yeah, basically close where you guys are. Huh?
Yeah, and after I watched the first episode that I saw was the last episode. I always say, well, I learned one thing, that you never go to Stockton, and I've been terrified of Stockton ever since.
That's a good rule of thumb though. Like
It is. That is 100%
that's
true.
not bad. Yeah. I would give that advice to anybody.
I can tell you, I work in Stockton every now and then. Meth heads everywhere.
I went to beauty school in Modesto, and meth heads everywhere.
Everywhere.
Yeah.
Everywhere. They're everywhere.
I lived in a hotel, so
Yeah.
I never left the hotel. It was my only safe zone.
Back in like 2015, I was on a radio show in Stockton, and I was like, I'm never coming back here ever. I'm scared.
Yeah, I got lost in Stockton a while back. I followed my GPS. I was going to Brentwood. Don't ask me how I ended up in Stockton.
Probably going
How
on.
did you end up in Stockton?
I have no idea. You know what, the 99-5 split, not the split, but like I get confused with 99 and 5 and like where it takes you through Elk Grove. I don't know why I can't get it. I can't get it.
Whoa! How did we go from Stockton to Elk Grove? You got real lost, even in the conversation. You got lost in the conversation.
A couple exits, yeah.
No, for some reason I don't know. I can't get it straight, and so I ended up going down 99 instead of 5, and that's how I ended up in Stockton. And I was just like, I don't want to be here.
The worst.
I watched Sons of Anarchy.
The worst place, or like the worst house that I've worked on, because outside of this I work in smart home and security systems and whatnot. Like the only time I've ever worked in a like true trap home was in Stockton, and it was nasty. It was the worst thing I've ever like experienced.
I never knew anything about Stockton before Sons of Anarchy, and I just was like, now I just know. Now I never go to. My parents used to warn me about Oakland all the time, but they never warned me about Stockton.
That's because like the Bay Area people know nothing about us, right? Like Stockton is like lumped into like the Sacramento area.
Central Valley is just not something
Yeah.
I deal with ever.
No.
No, I had a friend who lived in Oakland who used to go to Stockton all the time, so I was familiar with that. I just didn't. And then I had friends that would leave and go to Stockton.
What was he
but-
selling crack?
One of my good friends, she's one of my bridesmaids. She was in the Raiders. She's a Raiderette for 5 years. She just retired this year, and she would commute from our house to Oakland when the Raiders were in Oakland
3.5 hour drive
to go to practice and then
Yeah.
drive home. I was like, Maddie, you are crazy.
That's insane.
Yeah, she did
that's
that
awesome.
until they moved to Vegas, and then she lived there and would come
She
home.
was in Vegas for 1 year.
Yeah, she was in Vegas, and then this was her last year, but she loved it. But she'd be in Oakland all the time by herself.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's
Yeah, no, Stockton and Darren saying I didn't know Stockton was that bad. To give you an idea, you just want to wear Kevlar and clean everything you own after you're there.
oh okay.
Take the keys out of your truck too, probably. Huh?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Make-
definitely don't leave your keys in your truck.
Yeah.
Definitely.
100%. Do not leave your keys in your truck.
You won't see it this time.
That's super common because when I used to do ride-alongs for Richmond, people used to get their cars stolen out of Packy's Mall all the time because they would leave their car. Not only would they leave their cars and their keys in the cars, they would leave their cars running and just like go into the mall.
That,
and, like,
that's what he
leave
was
their-
saying he would do.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
We live in a very small town. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I did that the other day. I went to go drop off the deposit to our travel agent, and he was so nice and just a very welcoming person I had met. He wanted me to meet him, his husband, and then I had actually, it's like a long story, but when I was younger, I met them because they would come to the elementary school and they sold like these gift checkbooks. Anyways, I end up seeing his whole entire house and talking to them. And in my head, I'm like, my car's been outside running in the middle of the road for 25 minutes. And if it gets stolen, I no longer have like the bragging rights to make fun of Alec. But that's just something we do. He does it more often than me, but like we all do it. So
That's how small Tulare is.
Yeah, it's pretty
this
small.
was in Visalia. It was just a little bit bigger, a little bit more risky, but he lived in a very nice neighborhood, and it was a gated community, so I felt a little bit safer doing it.
So James put in the comment sections about Davis Motorsports. So it took off. What was the biggest turning point with it being a thing to a full-on business?
Oh, honestly, just our community. Our hometown is a big farming community, so we have a lot of guys that need work on like ranch quads, UTVs, like Rangers, Gators, and stuff like that. So we went from traveling, changing tires for Dunlop, to just doing work at our hometown and working on bikes and everything. And yeah, that was a big turning point, was getting an actual building where we could do motorcycle repairs. And yeah, it kind of blew up, and then got in contact with Rob and ended up taking all the Sons of Anarchy stuff and kind of getting our name out there more.
How did you get in contact with Rob? I've never actually asked this question before.
So yeah, he posted back in August of 2020. And it was just like a little corner piece of the Sons of Anarchy logo. And he said like special announcement coming soon. So I ended up following him, found out that Chris Reed was going to be there. That was the first guest what was it, his second con, I believe?
I think so.
Yes. Mm-hmm. So yeah, Chris Reed, this was going to be Rob's second con. Chris Reed was the first guest announced. And I reached out to Rob on Instagram saying, hey, I actually own the bike that Chris rode on the show. If you would like to have it there, like, let me know and we could take it down there. So originally we were just going to take the one bike. And then after he told me that Ryan Hurst was going to be there, Natalie Sky, and kind of just took off from there. And I told him, you know what, I'll bring everything I could fit in the trailer. So got us that big booth and yeah, put everything on display. But yeah, just a little Instagram post. I think he only had like 600 followers at the time, and yeah, really small. And I just started following him.
And I remember Alec telling me, he's like, yeah, I messaged him to let him know. And I was thinking, I don't think they're going to reply to you. And they probably think you're not serious. They're probably like, because one time there was this vintage car show in our hometown. And it's like this big thing. Everyone who has vintage cars.
Vintage motorcycle show.
Yes. And there was like over 100 bikes there. And it was at someone local's house. And it was so funny because we step up to the bar to get a drink, and the bartender goes, you guys having fun? We're like, yeah. And then she's like, oh, these bikes behind me are from Sons of Anarchy. Like, and
yeah, Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah.
Oh,
really interesting.
They are. They're mine. I own
Never
them.
heard of it. Yeah.
She's like, she goes, wait, are you being serious? I love the show. Like, wait, are these really them? Like, she thought he was like full of crap.
Yeah, she thought we were lying. Yeah.
Yes,
These
and
are just
so
random
then
bikes.
he explained to her the whole story. So when he told me he messaged Rob, I was like, he probably is going to think you're a weirdo who is not being serious. And we ended up there, and we were all legit, and it was fine. But I still remember when he messaged him.
Darren, if you're just catching up, actually, because he's asking if you build the bikes, they're actually just collectors, which is cool, very cool.
We own two of the bikes that were used on the show.
Yeah.
We try not to ride them too often. We're
So
just
this-
not have to work on them.
okay. I was just gonna ask a dumb question. I was gonna say, are they usable? Like, do they run? But
Yes.
Okay.
Oh no! So Chris Reed rode in on his bike.
okay.
Yeah.
We've ridden Opie's bike a few times just for like a joyride. Chris Reed rode it in, but Jax's bike is like, no, Like you can
Yeah.
ride it.
Right,
But
like we've owned it for, when did you say we got it?
13
2013
or 14.
Woo, okay.
But
I hope
We
they-
had it for what, 9 years?
and you probably rode it.
3 times maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fired it up about the same amount of times.
That's
yeah.
like a big no.
Did it get
Oh.
did it get signed while you were there?
So yes, Ryan Hurst and Chris Reed actually signed the bike that they rode on the show. Yeah, really.
Right, because they had the same bike.
And yes, so yeah, when Opie passed away, they gave it to Chris Reed and changed a couple things: the gas tank, the fairing, the bars.
Mhm.
But
Oh,
Yeah.
Mariah Adams is saying, heard an EMT say they got an ambulance got stolen while they were in Stockton. Talk about GTA.
yeah,
I mean, I am wearing my GTA Vice City shirt right now. So.
Yeah,
Aaron looks like a non-player. What is it
Yeah.
called?
Non-playable
NPC.
character, an
Non-playable
NPC.
character right now.
with my glasses and yeah, I love. Oh,
Aaron's definitely giving off
Your
NPC
Stanley
vibes.
Tucci glasses. Yeah.
call me free guy. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm basically Ryan Reynolds.
Pretty
We
much.
love Ryan Reynolds.
I say that to myself in the mirror every morning.
James.
By that, he's saying he's Ryan Reynolds because I want to make love to him. So
Yeah, well, duh, that's a given, Phil. You don't have to say it out loud.
yeah,
Obviously.
well, I gotta let the entire audience know.
If I have to
That-
reiterate, yes, I want to also kiss him
Let's kiss.
softly on the mouth as well.
So
I
we're
love
gonna be
him
putting that on
and,
our what's the social media that we have?
It's called
OnlyFans?
it's called
Our
RRR.
OnlyFans, yeah. Our
Distance Nerdington Post.
our
The OnlyFans.
Oh,
OnlyFans. Yeah.
We have an OnlyFans. It's only pictures of birds' feet. That's it.
You can
But
make some
you
good
know,
content
we
off that too.
but James wants to know what your meet cute story is.
Oh my gosh.
I'll let her take it away. But a funny thing about you asking if he signed or if they signed the bike too. So Chris Reed.
But don't say what it is because they're not going to get it until I like explain.
Okay, Chris Reed signed it and wrote something
Something super
underneath.
cute. Like
I'll
he-
tell you after
he
she's
wrote
done.
his signature and then he wrote something to an ode to me and Alec.
Just
getting
go ahead and tell
Yeah.
the story and then
Okay,
we'll go
so
from there.
pretty much Alec and I met in so we had to actually he got the stuff in late 2000. He got the stuff the summer of 2013. Now that I'm thinking this through. No, it was 2014. But anyways, so I had a friend who was Alec's neighbor. She doesn't live here anymore, but me and her were really good friends. And she was going through a breakup, super sad. She texted me to come over. I didn't have a ride, yada, yada. She's like, my friend Alec will come get you. This is in 2013. So he comes and picks me up with her. She's crying. She's a mess, the typical breakup.
We've
And
all been
typical
there.
high school breakup, because looking back now, that probably does not matter to her at all in life. But I go to her house, he drops us off, and I'm like, okay, well, do you want anything? Like, what can I get you? And she's like, nothing. Like, I'm too upset to eat. And in my head, I'm thinking, like, I am so down to comfort you, but I am starving. Like,
Right.
are you sure you're not hungry? So Alec leaves, and he's like, hey, guys, I have to go. I have to go help my dad with something. So, like, 30 minutes later, he comes back. He brings a pizza, soda, bunch of stuff, and he hands it to me, and he's like, oh, well, I wanted to bring this because you said you were hungry. I, like, don't know him at all, just so we're clear. Like,
So first time we met.
yes, this is, like, the first time I've met him. So he texts, he leaves.
so were you
and he
guys like out on were you guys like outside, or were they roommates, or?
No, they
We
were
live out in the country, so we're not right next door neighbors. They're about
like half a mile
yeah,
out.
half a mile.
Half a mile. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I lived out in the country like that too. I know how that is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your neighbor
Right,
Neighbor.
right next door.
He like
Half a
Yeah.
mile.
but she lived here for a long time. They live in
Yeah.
Chico now, but he grew up with her brothers. They were good friends, and they were just,
Same elementary school, same high school.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So she was one of my good friends, and they were good friends. They grew up together, and he texts her, and he's like, "Who's your friend? I would literally marry her." And so,
Funny story.
she tells me she's like, I don't know, like he's had an off and on again girlfriend, like they're gonna get back together like by Monday, like so I was like, oh, screw him, you know, like heck no.
I forgot he told me. He told me like, yeah, no. When we first met, I thought he was a player.
Yes, 100%. I thought he was
a
player.
tool.
Like, no. But we're not just gonna out him because if we're gonna be fair, I was like, no, he's a player. I'm not gonna go for that. So like in turn, I just date like way bigger fucking pieces of shit. Said sorry, I'm like because sorry, I dropped that phone.
What the fuck? Why would you do that? Come on.
I just date bigger douchebags instead. And so it was always like if he was single or I was single, he would always like message me, but I had just like put it in my head he was a player. But it was always these like weird connections between us type thing. So this went on for a few years. And then we were both single. He invited me to go to Anaheim Supercross. But he had like just broken up with his girlfriend of like 2.5 years.
Before you got to go to
yeah. Okay. So
that was like 2013.
Okay, yes.
So 2014, I got all the props from Sons of Anarchy.
Yes, and I was with my friend, the neighbor, and she was like, hey, Alec just got all the props from Sons of Anarchy, like, let's go look at his stuff. And I was like, okay. So we come over to see all of his stuff, and he was like, oh, do you want to ride on Opie's bike? And I was like, okay. So we're like halfway down the road, and he turns around, and he's like, don't tell so-and-so, because he was like already dating another girl.
Oh.
Oh, no.
I'm like, this is just proving my point further, you guys. Like, okay.
Yeah.
So, anyways, like he just, we were all young and just, you know, life. So it was always like he had a girlfriend or I had a boyfriend. So we're both single. He invites me to go to ice cream, finally. And first he invites me to Supercross. I was too nervous to go. He invites me to ice cream. And then I was so nervous. I brought another mutual friend of ours, our friend Kyle. A guy, but he's one of Alec's groomsmen. His girlfriend is one of my bridesmaids. Like, we're very close to them. And Kyle and I had grown up together. Him and Alec grew up together. So I bring Kyle, and Kyle's like, is this like a date? Like, that's going to be so awkward. And I'm like, no, it's not. I'm so nervous. Like, I convinced him to come. It is so awkward. Kyle looks at me halfway through this date, and he's like, I hate you. This is so awkward. I'm going to kill you when it's over. Like, Alec totally thought this was the date. Like, what the heck? So, yeah, I definitely screwed that one up. So I screwed it up for about like 6 months. Oops. And then we both ended up being single again. And then
you came over to the Mayweather-McGregor fight.
The Mayweather-McGregor fight. And then we had this like, it's not like as happy of a connection, but pretty much one of my relatives passed away. And it was one of Alec's good friends, and we never had put that connection together.
Like, I didn't know they were related, and she didn't know the extent of his relationship and how he passed.
Yeah.
Was connected with us.
Yeah. So I came over to watch the fight, and he came up to me and was like, why are you always blowing me off and never giving me a chance? And I had been drinking. So I was like, well, because you're a player. And he's like, I used to be, now I'm not. And then we just started talking about
not the greatest response either.
He goes, I ain't a player. I just crush a lot.
I'm not.
He was like, I used to be, but now I'm not. But at least he was honest. Like, we have to admire the honesty. And so we started talking about him, and we realized, like, oh my gosh, the connection on that. And we've been together ever since. We've been together for 4.5 years. But it's so weird because I feel like, because that was like what, 2013 or 14. So it's like, it was a long time coming. And I remember Kyle even telling me, because Kyle like lived with Alec for a little bit, like when they were growing up, like he was like a little brother to him. And he literally told me after the ice cream date, he's like, I should have known. Alec's been obsessed with you forever. He's always talked about you. So it's always been this like thing that was like meant to be, but we always talk, timing's everything. And You know,
yeah.
if we would have started dating when we were younger, it probably would have gotten messed up.
Yeah.
But we both had to go through things in life and mature and be who we were, and then we ended up together, and now here we are. We've been together.
Worked out.
I
Yeah.
have to ask, what was your first actual date sans the third wheel?
Oh, okay.
So she brought 3 other friends this
I know,
time.
right?
No.
Oh, she brought
Male.
2 other friends. She
Oh,
brought
wait,
2
yes,
other friends.
Yes, no. I was
It was-
babysitting.
I asked her to go to sushi, and she brings 2 girls that she was babysitting.
Yes, but
That's-
I told you that.
oh.
I warned you that.
You did. So
Anyways, back to
first
Chris.
our first real like date would be
Dave and Buster.
kind of, but I would say Cattleman's in Selma.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that
We
was like
love
our
Cattleman's.
that was like our
If you're
first.
ever in Selma, let's plug
Yeah.
Cattleman's here. If anyone's ever in Selma,
But,
Cattleman's.
so our first date, like by ourselves, would be Cattleman's, I think.
yeah.
Oh,
But
Jack,
it
you
was
want to tell them about our first date
No.
and how I got you all sick?
Phil
Oh.
got me sick on our first real date. But
How dare you, Phil?
so you guys
So-
went
that
to
works.
Cattleman's for your first date. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes,
And
we went to
then-
Cattleman. So it's funny because we tell Chris this story, and so the next day he goes to
At Capitola Galacticon.
he goes to sign the bike, and like Ryan Hurst put Ryan Hurst OP, and we thought Chris was going to put Chris Reed Filthy Phil, which I think he did, but he also, it was so cute, he wrote "Marriages start here," and he pointed to the seat of the bike because Alec took me for a ride on that bike when he first
Yeah,
got
she
it.
was the first girl I took on
wow.
the bike. You're the only girl. I never give anyone else a ride, and that was
I hope not,
2000
because
yeah,
now I'd be like, damn.
2013. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was really cool that he did that.
That's cool. That's actually a really cool story.
Yeah. We have, I feel like we have a lot of stories. you
That'll be
guys.
a great story on Antiques Roadshow one day.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
My grandma and grandpa got on this bike. Yeah.
I'm obsessed with Antiques Roadshow. So that's
I'm very detail oriented person, so my stories, like, I could literally tell you, so rich in detail.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys
That's
have
makes it that much
Huge
better.
Street, but so rich in detail.
It's
I
way
will-
better than a story like, yeah, we met and we had dinner and now we're together. That's
Yeah.
not a good story. Yours was
I'm
a good story.
storyteller, but only if, like, you have the time. If not, then just tell me to shut up while you're
And we
in bed.
have plenty of time. So
yeah. I definitely, for me, like the only way you can really get me to shut up and not talk is when somebody is telling a really good story.
Phil, can you turn her mic off, please?
yeah, no, absolutely.
Shut up and take my money. So I love those type of like detail oriented like stories. That's the crap. Sorry, not crap, but that's the stuff I listen to on YouTube. Like
That's the
I
shit she
specific-
listens to.
I
Thanks, Rob.
specifically,
It'll make me feel better. I already dropped an F-bomb.
Just so you guys know, you can cuss on this show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
We
perfect.
didn't know. Alec literally
Just
earlier
fucking
had told
cuss,
me, he's
okay?
like, you should ask if you could cuss before we get started, and I forgot to. He's like, because
No,
you're
yeah,
gonna
just fucking do it.
And then we're one bottle in, and then she cusses.
Yeah.
well, if push came to shove, Philippe knows how to edit it out, but
Well,
I don't
that's
think it matters.
Not the live version.
Oh.
No. We don't have a somebody hitting the button.
Yeah.
I know, right?
We're not on a delay.
I mean, she could.
We're not on a delay. For
Button.
sure not on a delay.
Yeah.
Unless you're on YouTube, I hear there's a delay there.
Yeah, a little bit.
just, yeah, we can bleep.
Yeah.
It really pisses me off to no end.
Thank you.
Feel free to say whatever you like.
Is there any Holy Grail items that you don't have yet?
Ugh.
Yeah, like, do you ever watch the show and you're like,
Yeah.
oh, I wish we had that?
There was 2 things I really wanted. So the president's seat, the seat that Jack sat on, he actually like what is it called? Like scribbled his name, like
Engraved.
with a knife. Yeah, engraved. He engraved Jack's into the chair,
Oh.
and that went for, I think that one went for like 10 grand, and that was like what we got all the stuff for, pretty much. Like, it was just outrageous. So
Not
I would say
including the bike.
not include, yeah, the bikes.
If
The
anyone's
bikes are-
interested in going to one of these auctions and getting things,
yeah,
it's not just going to cost that.
No,
Don't
yeah.
give false advertisement.
Yeah, crazy. Well, put it this way: the 46 Knucklehead, without it being on the show, we could sell it right now for about 40,000. That's how much they're going for. A 46 Knucklehead in that condition.
I have a stupid question.
There's no stupid questions. There's just stupid people.
Okay, so then I have a stupid person right here. So the bike, so the bike that you guys have, is that the one like in the show where it was also Jax's dad's?
So there was. Let me go back. There's
camera and show because there were some people wanting to know, or could we not do that?
Maybe in a little bit.
Like at the end of the show, if we'd be able to
yeah,
do
if you'd
that.
like, I could show the shop.
Yeah, we could show some of the stuff at the end if you guys would like.
So there was actually 3 bikes used on the show as Jax's dad's bike, the 46 Knucklehead. So in season 1 through 6, there was the baby blue one that was inside of the display case in the clubhouse. And when the clubhouse blew up on the show, they had to get rid of that bike because obviously it blew up, so they couldn't like bring it back. So they rented that one from a guy. The guy put it on eBay, sold that bike. I don't know where it ended up. I don't know. I think it sold for about 46,000, I want to say. And so that baby blue one was the same year, 46 Knucklehead, used on seasons 1 through 6. Well, in season 7, it shows them rebuilding that bike, but they were actually rebuilding the one that we have. They were putting like the fenders and stuff on it, the gas tank. That was a dark blue one. So ours is seen from season just 7 on. The first episode, it shows them rebuilding it. And on the last episode, it shows him riding it.
Oh.
But a lot of people don't know this either. They actually used a 2013 Harley Davidson Softail and made it look like a 46 Knucklehead. And he actually rode both of them. So if you're watching the show, the last episode, you'll see the exhaust change in one scene. It's a fat, round exhaust. And then the next scene, it's a thin exhaust. And the thin exhaust is the one that we have on the handlebars.
So Phil, I need to have a mid-show meeting right now, me and you. Okay. I feel like I'm really happy that you had me come on today, but I feel like my dad should have come on more than me because my dad has been building and painting and riding motorcycles for about 60 years. And I think he would definitely know more about
bro, go get your dad.
I know.
I don't think Sons of Anarchy, I don't think it's a show where you have to super know about any.
No, I know.
I don't, and here we are. Yeah.
I think it was, I mean, my reasons for liking the show are, everybody has their
the hot guys. That's why.
My favorite character was Mark Boone
Jr. Yes,
he's my favorite character.
He's going to be on the show, or he's going to be at Capitol.
Yep.
I can't say I was like attractive. I mean, Adam Driver wasn't on it, so I wasn't attracted.
Well, Adam Driver is not attractive.
He is attractive, Phil, and you shut your whore mouth.
You are outvoted, Phil.
I mean, if you really like dudes with giant noses and ears, by all means,
I do.
There's a running joke. Phoenix and I fight over Adam Driver and how hot he is, and Philippe just can't stand it because he doesn't think he's an attractive man.
She said running joke.
Yeah, it's a joke, total joke.
They are completely attracted to Adam Driver.
So Adam Driver or Charlie Hunnam?
Both.
Oh my gosh,
Charlie Hunnam's a way better looking dude.
What's funny is here comes the insecurity. I've never been like attracted to Jax just because like I think in real life I could never catch a guy like that.
Oh my gosh.
So I think
Phil, I love you.
You see where I have self-esteem issues, right?
Phil, I'm gonna
can't
come over and give you a hug.
though, because I think the biggest thing right now of people questioning is Machine Gun Kelly and Megan Fox.
Machine Gun Kelly is the greatest looking dude.
Yeah.
No.
So
let's just say Pete Davidson. Come on.
Yeah.
And can't play.
Oh.
Megan Fox is my girl though. Like I've been obsessed with her since Confessions of a Teenage Drama Queen. That's like I love her so much. And I do like all of MGK's music. So and actually James just asked my love with IMDb, sorry. I'm fully obsessed. I cannot get through a movie without. I'm like, oh, I recognize that person, and I start with
God.
the bottom.
We're in the movie theaters, and I'm like, what are you doing? She's like, I recognize them. I know what they're off of.
I'll start with their
do it.
very first movie to
Oh yeah.
like their most recent work. Like I'm obsessed. Like
Yeah.
I do the same thing.
I do
the
that
other
with
day,
I do that
I
with
was like-
voice actors.
Brett D. Favre is actually cheering you on to connect the piece, Phil.
Oh yeah, I can get that front piece right there. That's part of the robe right there.
You know, it's the funny thing about the IMDb stuff is I have like this weird talent where I can watch an episode of Simpsons and tell you tell you exactly who somebody is.
Mm-hmm.
Philippe will watch things and he literally will be like, oh, that is so and so, and I'm like, I could have told you that. Like,
it drives me.
Person was
That's how
Jackie,
we just watched Sing 2.
We just watched Sing 2.
And he couldn't tell that it was Halsey. And I'm like, she is such a distinct voice.
Right.
I know. The smoker voice, yeah. Oh, it drives me crazy. My mom will be like, oh, is that so-and-so? And I'm like, it's completely off, right?
Right.
It's like, it's a completely different person.
I'm usually pretty right. Last night we were watching the South Park post-COVID episode, and I was like, who did I say it was? I don't know. There was somebody. I was like, is that so-and-so? And he's like, no, that's not that person, because only this person and this person voiced South Park. And I'm like, okay.
Trey Parker, Matt Stone.
Trey Parker and Matt Stone. But she was saying one of the main characters. She was like, is that so-and-so?
I can't remember who
I don't remember who you said it was, but I was like, no, that's Matt Stone and Trey Parker.
Is that Marlon Brando? No, it isn't.
Yeah. All right.
Trust me, it's not.
We were watching an episode of The Simpsons, and one of the episodes with the aliens comes on, and I was like, is that James Earl Jones? He's like, no, that's not James Earl Jones.
That can't be James Earl Jones.
And I look it up, and it's freaking James Earl Jones.
Yeah.
You knew.
Yeah.
Hey, Jack.
Yes.
I think it might be time to start moving into the bracket.
Woo! I just work here. I need a.
It's funny. I actually have a funny Charlie Hunnam story, because I used to work for other Comic-Cons. I still work for Comic-Con. I work for Capitola right now. But I was working for another Comic-Con, and he attended unofficially. Like, he wasn't supposed to be there. He wasn't like a headliner or anything. But I was there, and he had just gotten casted for what is it, the 50 Shades of Grey. Of course, they were mean and got him kicked off later. People like complained about him or something. I thought he would have made an amazing Christian Grey. I was a huge...
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
He would have gave off less Ted Bundy vibes than the other
I know,
guy.
right? But I walked up to him because he'd just been announced, and I was like, Christian Grey! And he was like, yeah.
That's funny.
That's awesome.
That's awesome, yeah.
Not even Alec can say he's met him, so... That's awesome.
So are we gonna get into the bracket?
Yeah,
let's get into this.
Are we gonna do which objective are we gonna do?
So Jackie had this idea. So what we're doing?
The last couple of weeks we've been doing a DC bracket, and the objective of the bracket was a little bit touch and go, wasn't very clear. Okay. And so I wanted to be more like intentional and clear with the objective. So rather than just listing Disney rides and just arbitrarily like picking them arbitrarily picking one over the other, I wanted to come up with like an objective. And so this is it'll still be fun because we'll make it fun, but rather than just saying like the Matterhorn over Peter Pan's flight, like which one's better, I wanted to put an extra layer over it just to make it a little bit more fun and just see if it does make it a little bit fun. I don't know. So
a lot of exposition.
We love layers. Ogres have layers.
It's not too many layers. It's just like rather than like picking which one's better than the other, I just figured we'd put an extra little layer on it and say, instead of just, so what am I trying to say is that we're going to do Disneyland attractions that are the best at nighttime.
Oh,
that's a good one. I just saw this on TikTok and I thought it was awesome. So I've watched a good TikTok to like help me make my decisions here.
Yeah.
You like things with more detail. The better, the more detail, the better. I think that was a very good choice.
I wish we could rank them because you know what would be at the bottom of the list for best at nighttime? Space Mountain. Because it doesn't matter.
It's a small world.
You were gonna say the one where you go through the whale's mouth, the story time.
Story time.
You can't see anything. The things are this big.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the only time we've been on it.
Yeah, it was at night. And
I vote Indiana Jones.
Even some of them, and once we get into the bracket and we can start kind of getting into like the details of like the different rides and like our explanations. So that's because I have an explanation for a ride that is in a building, but I prefer to do it at night, and I can I can elaborate on why I like to do it at night.
I think I know exactly one.
But let's get to that.
Disclaimer: I haven't been to Disneyland since like 2009.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Where are we going?
Yeah. The good thing is save for one ride, it's all the same stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I did exclude any like new rides. So like Smuggler's Run isn't on there.
Wait, you switched them out?
I switched like one or two of them out.
So what am I going by the banners?
Go off the banners, yeah.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, I switched a couple out just because some of them, like one of them was Indiana Jones versus churros.
What?
And it's like, yeah, that makes sense. So let me change that out for an actual ride that's in the park.
Yeah, I don't know why. That's the only one that's not a ride. Is they randomly have churros on here. Like,
okay.
Right.
I'm gonna be fair though. That is a tough debate because it's like if I have to grab one more churro or ride Indiana and I haven't done it all day, I'm gonna be very torn.
Yeah.
So,
I also took off the Enchanted Tiki Room because Tiki Room's not really a ride, and I put
it is.
It's not. It's an attraction more than anything. It's
so
not really
I've
a
done
ride.
that one time. I have an annual pass. I've done that once, and I'm probably never doing it again. But it was a really good experience. Like I'm not hating on the Tiki Room. It was cool, but it's something
when you do it once, you wait another like 3 years, and then you can do it again.
Yes, gross, Indiana Jones is broken. Yes.
Hey, I have been on Indiana Jones when it's broken down.
Several times.
It's been like it was like an hour wait, and they had to bring a little ladder for us to get down and walk the attraction.
Oh, it should be too.
Oh, there we go. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get this started. I have to do this with good old fashioned pen and paper. And so we're gonna get started. So again, we're doing Disneyland rides, and we are gonna ultimately determine which Disney ride is best to do at night. Okay. So we're gonna go ahead and try this and see how much it backfires on me.
This is interesting because a TikTok just went really viral. They were talking about like the best time to go to Disneyland, which is they're saying the best time to do the rides is at night or when it's raining because people just go, pow, I'm gone.
Oh my God. So it's so sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you. I just got really excited about what you were saying. So when we did the DC bracket, I think the objective was like totally all over the place. So that was a total like learning experience for me. So I was on the way home from work today and I was telling my mom, I was like, okay, we need to come up with like a clear objective. That way there's no like confusion about what we're doing and all that kind of stuff. And I was like, I threw it out, like what Disney ride is like the best at night. And then I really couldn't think of anything else. But then I was telling my mom like, well, that way we can reuse brackets. Like we can right. if you are objective with them. So we could even do, and I told this to my mom and to Philippe, I was like, we could do like best Disney rides to ride when it's raining, best Disney rides to do in the summer and stuff like that. So we can reuse these brackets with like different objectives, which is not like, rocket science or anything. But anyway, okay. So let's go ahead.
It's not rocket surgery.
Let's go ahead and get into it. The first step is going to be Jungle Cruise versus Astro Blasters.
At night.
Jungle Cruise.
What's Astro Blasters? It sounds like stuff I do in the bathroom.
When I'm alone.
That's the Buzz Lightyear one where you get the
one across some Star Tours.
Gotcha. I got
you're geographically enabled.
He's like, yeah,
Star Tours even there still?
So are we all gonna like kind of take a turn and explain why we made our choice, or just kind of like shoot them like put them off, like, or
You can
fire
pick
them off, I guess.
if you have something that you want to share about why you would pick one, or just something that you want to like nerd out on, because that's why we're called distance nerding. You are more than welcome to nerd out. You are our guest.
But if you just have no opinion, you can just say, I pick this, and then we can move on.
Yeah.
Either way.
I feel like with this, I'm just going to say Jungle Cruise because I feel like this one's a little obvious.
Yeah.
Because one's indoor, one's outdoor, one's rich in detail, and one is inside.
Yeah.
So
Makes sense. Yeah.
And I
I
mean,
definitely
who doesn't want to go on Jungle Cruise and hang out with the skippers as they're like trying to do stuff at night?
who doesn't want to see the backside of water at night? And if you
Yeah,
don't
right?
get that, you're not a true Disney person. I'm just saying.
Okay, Philippe. What did you? What are you?
Oh, Jungle
gonna
Cruise
choose?
for sure.
Jungle Cruise at night. Okay, and Phoenix.
Jungle Cruise, definitely.
Okay.
Jungle.
Who was that?
Me. Jungle Cruise.
Jungle Cruise. And then Alec, what do you pick?
Jungle Cruise for sure.
Okay.
How's the chat looking here?
James Navarro says Jungle Cruise because it's cooler near water, less crowded by end of day. Yeah, completely
True.
agree. I think all the rides are less crowded by the end of the day because kids are going to bed. You know, it's mostly adults in the park, and everybody's watching the fireworks usually.
So even though it looks like Jungle Cruise is winning, I'm going to choose Astro Blasters.
Really?
What?
Because Jungle Cruise it's always my first ride, and I usually get there in the morning. So that's why I have to go a little bit against it.
Which
Sorry.
that makes sense, and I respect it and appreciate it. But if you were just telling me like, hey, what do you choose at night? I would say Jungle Cruise, but your explanation, then it's like, yeah, I 100% get why you chose Astro Blasters because that's always a longer line.
Yeah. I Astro Blasters is that one I always like to go on that with my nephews because they're super competitive.
I'm sorry. Every time I hear Astro Blasters,
Ignore me and Alec.
Blasters,
Oh,
I'm sorry.
geez.
I know it sounds so dirty.
All I hear is ass blasters. That's
Ass blasters.
Okay, so I'm
I
gonna
saw that movie. No, I'm kidding.
I'm gonna call
I
this.
saw Ass Blasters 3.
Oh, okay.
Did you see that with Ultraman?
Yeah.
Okay.
The Return of Ultraman.
I kept last week when we were doing the DC villain bracket, I kept calling Ultraman, and we made a whole new character.
He puts the foundation on the skin.
And then it gets the hose again. All right.
Okay, I'm out of here.
All right,
Hi, everybody.
we're gonna go ahead and call that one
You're
with
canceled.
Jungle Cruise. Won that one. Next up, this is a good one. Next up, we have a Big Thunder Mountain versus Snow White. So Big Thunder Mountain versus Snow White. Which one is more enjoyable at night?
Ooh. Can we
Big
factor
Thunder.
Big Thunder, for sure.
1,000,000%.
can we factor in the deaths that happen on the ride?
God.
Okay, but can we
How many
factor
people
in
have been
how many
decapitated on
times they
Snow
had
White?
to change Snow White because of how morbid it was? Like, you know, the original Snow White, you died at the end when the witch pushed, the queen pushed a rock onto you, right? You died in the original
Yes.
Snow White.
Yes.
And it was very dark and terrifying. And to this day, I get a little scared. So I'd rather go with Big Thunder because I feel like when the firecracker goes off inside the tunnel, it just gives way better or the dynamite.
Not
It's
a
a firecracker, dynamite, it's the same shit, whatever, nobody cares. I feel like you get a way better effect at night. And I feel like they have a lot of detail on that ride and every aspect is lit up. So rather it's during the day, you can see it clear, or if it's at night, it's lit up and gives you that
And
same
nighttime,
effect.
you get a good view of Galaxy's Edge too.
Yes.
It's pretty.
So I'm going to have to go with Big Thunder, but I'm going to stop talking so everybody else can explain.
Oh, you're good.
Actually, fun fact: you can actually see the fireworks too. I guess during the ride.
Yes,
Yeah.
you can.
Mm.
Yeah.
I've been on Big Thunder when it's been pouring rain. That I do not recommend. It just hits you in the face. It was awful.
That's what that lady said.
Oh geez. Okay, Aaron, what's your vote?
Big Thunder.
Big Thunder. And Phoenix, what's yours?
Big Thunder.
Philippe?
Big Thunder Mountain Railroad, baby.
All right. I'm gonna go ahead, and my mom, of course, picked Snow White. She's canceled. I'm gonna go ahead and call that one with Big Thunder beating Snow White. Next up, we have the Incredicoaster. You have left Enchanted Tiki Room on here.
Oh, did I?
Yeah, you have the Incredicoaster versus Enchanted Tiki Room.
I guess I did leave that on there. Okay, so it's
So are we doing California Adventure side too?
some of the rides are from California Adventure, and I think it's just because there weren't enough rides just in the park alone to fill the entire bracket. It did have it as Screaming California still. So that's how you know how old this bracket is.
I was going to say, I have only ever... Is it the chairlift that goes over California?
No, that's the roller coaster at California Adventure.
Yeah, that's soaring over California. So in the
we need to go.
Yeah,
we need to go.
I'm petitioning everybody right now. We're all going together because number one, we have season passes and we go very often. I would love to go with you guys.
Oh yeah,
it would be amazing. So I think we should set something up when this is over.
We do.
For sure.
We do want to plan a distance nerding.
We have to invite Chris Neal.
Oh yeah,
he's always
he's there all the time.
Yeah. Chris Reed, shout out to Chris Reed.
Yeah, Chris Reed would go for sure.
Well, Chris Neal is a friend of mine. But no, so we have been wanting to do almost for the last year. We want to plan a distance nerding Disneyland trip, and just any fan or any nerd that wants to come and hang out with us at Disneyland can just we'll set something up.
That'd be awesome.
That would be amazing. But you have to go. It would have to be planned during a weekday. Otherwise, we would be screwed, and we would all just have to drink.
Yeah.
The plan is to get drunk and go to Disneyland anyways. So
my dream is to go to that restaurant inside Pirates. That is
Blue
my
the Blue Bayou.
We went there last time we went to Disneyland.
Yeah.
We've only been there one time.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, the lady who helped me pick my wedding dress, she is a member at Club 33. Ooh. And that is where they took their company Christmas party. They all went to Club 33.
Oh wow.
Yeah, fun fact, the only place that serves alcohol in the main park.
Jackie, I need to go grab something. Something just came to my door. I'm saying Incredicoaster.
Okay. And Philippe, what do you pick?
Oh, Incredicoaster for sure. Again, I love the Enchanted Tiki Room. It's one of my favorite kind of attractions. Just looking at it's really looking at the for me as at a technical standpoint, looking at the amount of work that went into it, how the animatronics work, the synchronization of everything, how everything meshes up together, and then plus Dole Whip. I mean, come on.
To whip.
Oh, for sure, the Dole Whip. Yeah. We're factoring Dole Whip, and that makes it a little more difficult. But
Thomas Wong went there after he proposed. He went there after he proposed to my wife in front of the castle.
Oh, we love that, Thomas. That's cute.
I wish we had a cute proposal story.
That's a lie.
I don't even remember.
because I what was funny is I wanted to. One of the plans I had is I wanted to propose to you in front of Sleeping Beauty's castle.
Oh,
and I remember.
Did I shoot that down?
Oh, you shot it down. You were like, "Oh, if you ever do something like that to me and embarrass me like that in public, I will say no."
Oh, I was under the false impression that Philippe and I had come to an agreement that it made sense for us to get married, but I guess I ruined it. Okay, well, I'll go cry about it later.
She literally told me you bet she told me do not propose to me in public was one of the things that she told me because
I don't remember this.
Yeah.
Fun fact, actually had to propose 3 times to me because I said no twice. So we actually have 3 proposal stories. I don't know if he's still on here. Oops.
All right. So Alec and Bridgett, what are your guys' choices?
Well, that makes it hard for me because if you're talking about, I wish we could have a category based on night and detail. Because if it's going out of detail for the ride, because that's something I really appreciate. The Enchanted Tiki Room's amazing. It's something that I felt like was a one and done, but something that is a must do, because it's
you have to do it.
Yeah, it's so awesome. But once you kind of do it, like when you go in there, you don't know what you're expecting. And when it happens, it's like, wow, this is so awesome. But once you've experienced it, it's kind of like, okay. But as far as at night, I feel like to be in darkness and then go through, you know, Incredicoaster has a lot of those lights, like for Jack or whenever, like they're trying to get the cookie from Dash. Like I don't, or no, who is it?
Dash is chasing after Jack.
Yes. But you guys know what I'm saying. Whenever you go through the tunnels, it's like super bright lights.
Mhm.
I feel like that's such a cool effect at night.
Yeah.
So it's solely based at night. I'm going to say the Incredicoaster, but I do have to appreciate the Enchanted Tiki Room's detail.
I'll definitely say Incredicoaster too, because in nighttime, because you just see the whole park and everything.
Yeah, and Enchanted Tiki Room's inside, but I do give it a 10 out of 10 for detail.
Okay.
Yeah, like, I love the Enchanted Tiki Room. Don't get me wrong, right? It's just I feel like the Incredicoaster is just that much cooler at night.
Which
Yes,
is
100%.
come up with the objective part of it, because we could definitely do like we can go back and like use these same things and do like a Disney must do and mix like other like, attractions in it and stuff. But I don't know. We're just trying to see what happens. So Felipe, what was your vote?
The Incredicoaster.
Incredicoaster. And then Phoenix, what was your vote?
The Enchanted Tiki Room.
Okay.
In the tiki.
I'm gonna vote for Aaron. No, I'm just kidding.
Fun fact, Alec can tell you where almost every single hidden Mickey is on the ride.
Oh, that's another thing.
That's really cool, yeah.
That's it. So
I love them.
Yeah.
I'm not good at that. I'm a detail-oriented person in a different kind of way. I miss a lot of things. I'm just, I don't know. I'm weird in the detail-orientedness. I can be, but like when it comes to like really specific things, I'm not great. I overlook them really easily. Okay, so let's see. Okay, so between Incredicoaster and Enchanted Tiki Room, I'm gonna go ahead and call that with Incredicoaster. Is gonna go ahead and win that one. How do you spot? See, I don't think for the secret Mickeys, I didn't realize that they were like in like the hardware of things. I thought they were literal like Easter egg type things. Because I'm not the brightest.
The most obvious one I think is on Space Mountain.
Oh yes, definitely Space Mountain.
Yeah, but I'm being so serious. We would love to go with you guys and like show you every single one, because I feel like it's so much more fun than us pointing it out now than when you're on the ride and like look really quick, like, and you see it. And you know, they're pretty much everywhere on every single ride.
One of my favorite ones I think would be Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah.
Yes. Where?
That one is in the end scene, like the very end after you pass by the gel scene with the dog holding the keys.
Mm-hmm.
If you look to your left on the next scene, there's going to be armor. And on the chest, it's a tiny hidden Mickey in the very center.
Oh,
and
see,
it is Mickey Mouse on the chest piece.
That one's probably one of the hardest ones.
It's small, but that it happens quick.
Yeah,
and
see,
another easy one would be Haunted Mansion.
And Big Thunder Railroad actually is a very
Railroad.
easy one too.
Yes, Big Thunder Railroad's very easy.
Big Thunder Railroad actually probably has one of the biggest ones that you can spot.
Oh gosh, Pirates is my favorite ride ever. Like I haven't been to California Adventure like ever, but
yeah, I thought I saw a secret Mickey on. I thought I saw a secret Mickey on Pirates. You right after Johnny Depp, you see his Captain Jack. You see his bed, and then you see a big turd on his bed, and it's in the shape of a Mickey. Was that? Is that not?
That's the case.
Hold on.
I love it. Alec's been obsessed.
I've been
watching
watching
Depp and Amber Heard's voices and their judge in our room all the time. That's all I hear.
It is so interesting. It is so funny. Like,
That almost
I've been all into
let's
it.
keep
that,
on
that almost
browsing.
went too far for the joke, but I got there. I pulled it off. It's okay.
Did you
did.
watch today? Did you
No.
watch today too?
It was beautifully delivered.
I've watched almost everything on it.
Oh yeah. I love the Butler today. I was watching that when I came home from work. I loved the Butler.
I still love his friend that was from Florida. Is probably
Yeah.
one of the best ones. God.
We're all Team Johnny here, right?
Did you?
I saw one part where they were pulling Paul Bettany into
all
it.
the text messages.
Mhm.
It was the cocaine. Was it the cocaine?
I will say
Something
that
with drugs, and I was just like, whoa.
I'm someone who always likes to be fair.
Yeah.
I will say they did some very toxic, crazy things to each other.
To each other, yeah.
But all in all, I definitely think we can all say we're Team Johnny. But I definitely think that he did some messed up stuff too, even though we don't want to believe that good old Jack Sparrow and Willy Wonka is capable.
Oh no!
But
Yeah.
I definitely think she's more in the wrong, and she's doing all of this for the wrong reasons.
Well,
They
he didn't
both
poop on
definitely
her
were
bed.
to one another.
I love how we're
Man.
talking about Disney brackets and end up talking about cocaine.
I didn't.
Okay. Whoa. Okay,
Look.
for my next vote is Space Mountain.
Okay,
Space
Good call.
Mountain, yeah.
okay.
Did we
But
start
this-
another one?
I'm sorry.
I
I meant to say.
It's nighttime.
Whoa. Sorry, I meant to say Mickey's Fun Wheel. I just read the bracket and read it wrrong.
Yes.
Mickey's Fun
Everyone
Wheel.
wants my wheel.
Are you talking about Mickey's Fun Wheel? That's the Ferris wheel, right?
Yes.
Are you talking about the ones that move?
Oh, is that
or
the one
that
that's
stay
scary
still?
as crap?
I would say my brother is a police officer, and he was terrified of Mickey's Fun Wheel.
He was terrified of the one that moved.
Yeah, went on the one that moved, and he was like, Alec, what is this? But I definitely will say, I just feel like that's so fun. Mickey's Fun Wheel at night, because everything else around you is lit up, and it might be terrifying, but it's the best. Sorry.
So Mickey's Fun Wheel.
I was reading off the question of the verses here, and I accidentally said Space Mountain, but I 100% vote Mickey's Fun Wheel.
Yes,
James-
me too,
James-
for sure.
Welcome to my world, fuck boys.
James wants to do a
You do a
cocaine
real good
bracket.
job at that.
We're not doing a cocaine bracket.
Oh, I'm so down for a cocaine bracket. Let's do it.
Where's the best cocaine from? Is it from
Colombia.
or
Or Stockton.
Yeah.
Stockton has the best crack?
Mom. So my mom is Julie. So Mickey's Fun Wheel is a Ferris wheel, and I know for a fact you hate Ferris wheels. So
You're Space Mountain, Julie.
No, it's funny because this case has completely like changed the way I see Paul Bettany, and I'm not really that shocked. But I'm
Would you say your vision has changed? Come on. I'll see myself out.
But tis.
my vision. What would one to say? I seriously.
all right. So Philippe, what is your I don't think I ever really got around to it. So right now we're doing Space Mountain versus Mickey's Fun Wheel at night in Disneyland. Which one is better?
I'm gonna be honest, 100%. I've never been on Mickey's Fun Wheel,
Okay.
and the reason is because the kind of, I guess my attitude towards it is it's a Ferris wheel. It's
Okay.
I mean not very much different from any
So,
other.
But at night.
Phil, can we have a
You gotta
conversation?
go on the one that moves.
What is better, Mickey? Just imagine being on Mickey's Fun Wheel, or would you rather running around in a circle in a dark room? That's what you're.
And that's what I'm saying is I would rather run around this in a dark circle in a dark room.
Okay, I appreciate your
That's so
honesty.
hard.
You know it? Do you guys know if it runs during the World of Color or whatever that show is?
It does not.
James wants to know if Army Rangers are scared of heights.
That's
No,
so
because we
hard,
jump out of
guys.
freaking planes.
Thomas asked, "What is Mickey's Fun Wheel?" It is a Ferris wheel in California Adventures that you could see from the Paradise Pier.
It's
right?
yes,
Or
it's
yeah.
it's right across from Bing Bong's shop.
Bing
I'm sure that-
bong.
Bing
Yeah,
bong,
so
bing bong bong, bing bong
But
bong.
you guys, that's so hard because if you ask me what I would rather do, 1,000,000% no questions asked, Space Mountain. But if you ask me at night, I feel like you can see all of California Adventure, and that's so fun.
So Mickey's Fun Wheel is not the kind of Ferris wheel that you make out on, right? Like you're just sort of
it's like you're fearing for your life.
There's two different seats you could take on Mickey's Fun Wheel. There's one that stays still. It's like a regular Ferris wheel, but there's another one you get in and it actually moves like it. How do you explain it?
It rocks you. It is going side to
as
side.
It's going. Yeah.
And that rocks the cradle.
Yeah.
I think I've
oh my gosh, have you seen that movie?
Absolutely. Come on now.
I just showed Alec the other night.
I watched it for the first time
he was
2 weeks ago.
so not into it. He's like, this is so dumb. This is so old. It's like a Lifetime movie. And I'm like, you have to see it. And then he really liked it.
It is like a Lifetime movie.
It was really good though.
It's like I think they have carnival
80s,
rides like that.
Mm-hmm.
With the
yes, the swinging.
Yeah,
definitely. It's almost like the zipper kind of, but
sure.
like it doesn't flip.
Yeah,
in a way,
exactly.
But it doesn't flip.
I can see it. Yeah.
All right.
But yeah, I go Space Mountain on this one.
Space Mountain,
Mm-hmm.
even at night.
Even at what? I mean, didn't we do that when
He's never been on it, so
yeah, right. I don't know the experience, so I can't really say.
Oh, okay. So it's 2 for Space Mountain. Phoenix, what's your vote?
Space Mountain.
Space Mountain.
That because I'll go on Space Mountain any time of the day. I love that ride.
Aaron, what's yours?
The wheel.
The wheel. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and say hearing none and seeing none else is gonna go with Mickey's Fun Wheel over Space Mountain at night.
That one surprises me.
Is it a Padme?
No, not a Padme. It's not Padme level.
Is it Pong?
Everything is Pong level.
I swear to God.
All right. Next up, we have Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout versus Grizzly River Run.
That's an easy one for me.
Yes.
Mission Breakout, just because they have a specific version at night.
Yes.
Do they?
I'm gonna pull an Aaron Watson, and I'm gonna say Guardians of the Galaxy is winning the whole thing. I said it.
I'm gonna pull a Kanye and say I'm gonna let y'all finish.
Guardians of the Galaxy, the best ride of all time.
Yes.
Okay. I'm so
Pirates better be on this bracket, Jackie, or we're not friends anymore.
Pirates is on the bracket for sure.
I'm as much as I like Mission Breakout, I'm still a little salty that they got rid of the Twilight Zone.
Yeah.
Yes, me too. It is still a very good ride and well put together, but yes, it was just a classic.
I think what keeps it interesting, because Tower of Terror was just so iconic, is that they do switch it up so much that it's always keeping you excited. Where Tower of the Terror kind of just was what it was and kept you intrigued. But they did do a very good job recreating it. It wasn't like a whole Jurassic World when it first opened situation at Universal, where people were very disappointed.
Yeah.
So
And I
Guardians of the Galaxy, does that one open up at all? Can you see the next sky at all? Okay.
Yes. I think that's what makes it so cool, is it opens up. Yeah.
Now Tower of Terror is still in Disney.
And Grizzly River Run also gets a point down because you would be getting really wet at night and you'd probably be cold. So
Yep.
That's a good point, actually.
My nephew's my sister lives in Lancaster, and so when her kids were a certain age, she got season passes just because it was, they weren't too young, they weren't too old, they were they were into it, and they didn't live that far. They'd still go to hotel and stuff like that. And that when they'd bring like their extra set of clothes and they'd go on it like first thing in the morning in the summer with like their swim trunks and flip-flops. And then they would go up first thing in the morning like a couple times, and then they would come off the ride, put on their clothes for the day, and then they would be done with the water rides for the day.
Smart.
That's so smart. 100%.
I don't think we've been on a water ride since we've been together.
We've not been on a water ride. We've been together 4.5 years. We've had annual passes that whole entire time, except through COVID, obviously. But Alec literally refuses because he's like, we're going to be wet and miserable.
Don't like my socks getting wet.
I don't like my socks getting wet either.
Yeah, I was like serious. Like when it comes, like even when I was little, like when I was in Girl Scouts, we used to go to like it's Six Flags now, but like back in the day, it was just Marine World. It was just all animals and like a few like little kiddie rides, but now it's like a Six Flags. And we used to go when I was in Girl Scouts, and we'd always go to the whale show. We always wanted to get splashed by the whale, and it was like I had anxiety about it all day long because I'm like, I don't want to be wet and miserable and sticky and itchy.
So itchy, so itchy.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree. I'm a little.
On a side note, I have to ask, what's your zodiac sign?
Scorpio.
Scorpio. I knew we vibed on Pisces. Okay, continue. My best friend's a Scorpio.
I'm on the cusp though. My birthday's on the 21st, so I'm on the cusp between Scorpio and Sagittarius.
And Sagittarius. You were almost a Sag. We almost might have not fucked with each other, but
I'm the 21st too.
no.
I'm an Aquarius. I don't know where this has anything to do with anything, but
Aquarius is like the most adaptable to any sign. So
I believe that.
sweet.
I believe that.
I'm a Capricorn, so
we like cat.
yeah.
I'm a Croatian. I don't know.
When's your birthday?
April. I'm a Taurus.
Oh, Taurus. This is a very vibey group. Alex a Cancer, so we're all good here.
There we go.
We're all over, aren't we?
We are all over.
No, that's like all compatible, and Aquarius can adapt to anybody, so we're good.
Sweet.
Oh, good. I'm glad he's the. I was gonna never mind that. I don't know where I was.
I'm on the cusp too of being a Pisces and an Aries, so I'm just like you, but that's where the anxiety kicks in.
Oh, I'm married to an Aries. I was raised by an Aries, and I'm married to an Aries, and it's just
My dad was a Gemini, my sister was a Taurus, and my best friend growing up was a Taurus. And
so, go ahead.
And they were both the Taurus people are they are the most hard-headed, explosive, motivated people. But then with the Gemini too, it was just they were very strong personalities for my timidness.
So that's so funny because my dad is a Scorpio, my mom's a Taurus, and my brother's a Gemini.
Oh wow!
And then my two best friends. So, I have like
James
technically.
Said, are you guys talking Pokemon?
So I have three best friends, but one of my best friends is a Scorpio. The other one is a Taurus, and then one of my best friends, she passed away. But it's crazy because her and my other best friend have the exact same birthday, and they're both Tauruses.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
How are two Tauruses together?
Me and Mariah are both Tauruses.
Yeah, I feel like
my birthday was April 23rd. Her birthday is April 29th. And we're doing great.
Yeah, I
don't
feel
jinx
like
our fucking relationship, Jackie, with your fucking voodoo horoscope shit.
I feel like that's actually very compatible. You just have to agree to disagree because you both have strong opinions, but that's a good thing. Like you're both always going to say how you feel.
Oh yeah, Capricorn and Aries are supposedly like because we both are. I'm a goat and he's a ram. Ouch.
Yeah. It's like next up on Distance Learning version, Alec, Zodiac.
Yeah, right?
We'll have to do a Zodiac bracket.
We're just gonna do a whole Zodiac bracket. Like, how do you confuse Phil even more?
Yeah. So my birthday is April 23rd. My girlfriend's birthday is April 29th. She's a Taurus. I'm a jackass, and we do just fine.
You guys are so cute together, though. Oh my gosh! When do we get to meet her?
Taurus is good.
What? Oh, Taurus. Yeah. Soon. I'm trying to convince her. I broached the conversation. I'm like, I'm really not liking this whole me starting a podcast by myself thing. What about we start a podcast?
Oh,
I'm trying to get her to do it.
All right, so back to our.
I can tell you it can happen at some point because it took a year and a half to get Jackie to come on the show. So I mean,
right. Oh, hey Mariah, you're here. Oh shoot. I mean, just kidding. I wasn't trying to trick her.
A four-horned Taurus.
All right. So
now you're welcome.
Back to the
Pokemon podcast. James, stop trying to make Pokemon happen. Okay, it's not fetch.
Oh God.
So I have both, and this may be an error, but I have both Alec and Bridgett with Mission Breakout for their choices. Yes. Okay. Definitely. And then Phoenix, what is your choice?
I'll vote for Mission Breakout.
And then Thick,
Mission Breakout.
Philippe.
Mission Breakout for sure.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and just say that one won.
Because there's like no competition.
Yes. Okay, so we're going to go ahead. So between Mission Breakout and Grizzly River Run, we're going to go ahead and say Mission Breakout is the better one at night for now. Next up, we have Peter Pan's Flight versus Mr. Toad's Wild Ride. How could you put these two together?
That's the way that it oh yeah, no, I see what you're saying, because that's mom's
Really,
favorite.
I'm kind of torn.
I don't think I've ever been on Mr.
I didn't put them together. They were put together on their own like that.
One where you like literally go to hell.
Oh, is it that one?
Yes. We just haven't been on it.
I would definitely say Peter Pan's Flight for sure.
I feel like the detail in Mr. Toad's though is like whoa and so dark for a Disney ride, but I feel like Peter Pan's is more light and airy. So if I'm just walking through the park and like, oh, I don't feel like going to hell, I guess I'll probably vote Peter Pan's Flight.
Going to hell.
So my explanation for this, it doesn't really matter. However,
it does matter.
Well, I'm gonna pick Peter Pan's, and I'm gonna explain why. So the reason why I'm picking Peter Pan's is because with Peter Pan's, I think it's really cool to just, you can see like all the like the teacups. I think you can maybe you can't see the teacups. I like the way that the clock, the London Tower on the outside of the ride is lit up, and I like how you can see like the carousel, and I like how you can see everything is lit up. I actually do not mind standing in the long ass line for that, just because you can just see so many things, and you could do all this like people watching. And the reason why I picked that over Mr. Toad's is because, and then sorry, I didn't finish my thought. So with Peter Pan's, there's no like shade. You're just out in like the sun if it's during the day. But Mr. Toad's has that little like arbor thing that you can kind of get away from the sun a little bit. So that one, if I had a choice between the two, I'd much rather do Mr. Toad's during the day and then Peter Pan at night. So that's
a very detailed answer and makes so much sense. Agreed 100%. I already picked Peter Pan's, but you gave it even like more reasoning to do it at night. 100%.
All right. Let me see. Oh God, I'm behind on my comments. Does anybody else have any 2 cents about?
I'm a little torn between this one.
I don't know enough about either of those rides.
Mr. Toad.
What I loved about Mr. Toad's is I was always obsessed with driving when I was a kid. Like all I really wanted to do when I was little is get braces and learn how to drive. Like that's
I want to go fast.
And what I liked about Mr. Toad's is that you could sit and you could pretend like you were driving. Yeah. And that was what I liked about Mr. Toad's.
No, it's still in there.
It says, removing Helsing. I don't even remember it.
Also, I would say too, my last little input here is that Peter Pan's gives that full effect of like hovering over, like, you know, like big to small at night. And it kind of keeps that alive if you get on at night and you're going through the sky at night.
I agree.
You can fly, you can fly, you can. Oh, sorry.
I'm going to jump ahead a little bit, and because I don't want to have to remember to say it because Bridgett said it so well, but that's the same reason why I choose Pirates of the Caribbean at night.
Yeah.
Yes, it's already giving you that whole illusion. It just makes it that much more magical to get on at night, that you're just keeping that going.
So we have
that's a good point.
We have about 15 minutes left on the show. So I'm not going to pop open another bag just because I don't like opening bags if I'm not going to finish it. But this is about what I have so far on Grogu. It's mostly robe.
So he's a tree stump.
Right now he is, yeah.
I am Groot.
Yeah, definitely. You know, that's him right now. And then this is the final product. Once it's done, it's going to be that guy.
Grow Groot.
Grow
Groot.
I'm going to put a Grogu on a Grogu right there. And I'm going to switch cameras and join the rest of this because this bracket is really good and I want it to keep going. So,
how much time do you need to go over new news, old news, or pressing issues?
Like 5 minutes. So,
okay.
Go ahead and continue. I'm going to switch.
James, that's a good tip for sure. Best time to go is as the fireworks are ending.
Because they clear out Fantasyland. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Not unless you're my mom. My mom likes to watch the fireworks, so Felipe and I usually have to park her in her wheelchair somewhere.
I'll say this: like every time I go with my family, someone gets like some sort of weird bug and throws up at the end of the night. I don't know what that is.
I went.
That's like
It's probably just like mixing plus the rides because you're eating sweets and salty and so many different types of food together. And then with the rides, it probably is making someone sick.
And then
And
you're
the
getting
walking.
dehydrated. That was my
Yeah.
problem. I went with my sisters. Actually, my niece was born, but she was brand new, and my sister did not go with us on this trip. But my sisters took me to Disney. My sister's mom took us all to Disneyland one time, and it was before any of them had kids. And I got really sick, like on the third day, and I puked all over my sister. And I ended up having to go to like the first aid like station, and then I got like pushed around in a wheelchair all day. But I'm pretty sure, like looking back on it, I was just super dehydrated.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I was in like the sick bay at Disneyland for a little bit.
That sounds like a good time.
Or to eat a churro. Yeah. All right.
Churros make everything better.
So just to wrap this up, Philippe, what's your vote? Peter Pan or Mr. Toad's at Night?
I would probably go with Peter Pan. I think I enjoy the overall story better. And again, because at night between the two, I mean, you're inside for the most part, so it's not really too big of a deal. What's funny is those two rides are usually like my end of the night rides anyways.
Yeah.
You know, so I would, I'd go Peter Pan just because I like the story better.
Okay. And then Phoenix, what's your pick?
Peter Pan.
Okay. And then Thick.
I'm just gonna say Peter Pan because I don't know any of those two rides. I can't picture them, so I'll just go with what you guys say.
There you go.
All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and call that one and say Peter Pan Peter Pan wins that one between Mr. Toad's at Night. What is that, James? What is this nonsense?
James said, Philippe has 9 night rides.
Yeah, Philippe has 9 night rides. I have 9 night shows. He has 9 night rides.
Are you getting
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited.
9 night rides.
I know, right?
All right, next up we have Alice in Wonderland versus Toy Story Midway Mania.
Ooh.
I'm gonna tell you right now, my choice is Alice in Wonderland.
Alice in Wonderland for me too.
Alice in Wonderland.
I can't picture Alice in Wonderland.
I used to have dreams about this ride
Mhm.
when I was younger. Like I would have actual like dreams about it.
Mm-hmm. Well, like the part where you go outside and it's like the teacups and all that. I think that's actually a really cool thing to do at night.
Yeah.
Midway Mania, again, it's one of those rides that's the same
I
during the
booked
day as
Philippe
it is
on
at night.
that.
She did actually. It's funny because I'm a shooter and she's better at me at it. So, but I mean, yeah, I would say Alice in Wonderland is probably a better experience considering at night.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and they just have everything, and it has like all the I don't know, like the you know, it's funny. I even like the little bathroom over there at night, and it's like at the base of the Matterhorn. And I think that I just prefer waiting in line there at night, going on the ride at night, especially because you have that like outside part.
Which one? Yes. Oh.
It's at the base of it, like because there's like that one like little bathroom over there. And I actually prefer that bathroom to other bathrooms in the park.
Yeah, and then we can go over to the little restaurant area over there and get a Black Rose.
No, that wasn't by there.
Yeah, Phil, that was called A Kiss from a Rose. It's by Seal.
Well, a little bit further down, but it's in
by
Fantasyland.
Pinocchio.
He wants to be kissed by Seal? What?
Yes, I want to be kissed by Seal.
there's
Come
this-
on.
We went during Halloween one time. We went to during Halloween like 2 years in a row. We don't go to Disneyland that often. We just happen to go twice. And we went 2 years in a row. But one year they had like a raspberry dark chocolate compote Black Rose cake, and it was like it was amazing.
It's like it was basically like a dark chocolate, like almost mousse that has like raspberry jam inside of it. It's so good.
It was so good.
I didn't remember it like you want it.
No, I remember them releasing that on the food guide.
The look on her face just right now was he was like, hey, yeah, remember you wanted that? And she was just like the disappointed, yeah, no, I did.
I think we even got 2 of them, and we ate one in line at Peter Pan.
Yeah, and somebody was like, "What is that? I want that." And it was like, "Yeah, you got to go over to Black Rose or Red Rose Saffron. It's over there."
All right. So right now we have 1 for Toy Story Mania. I think that was Cam. Cam, and then
Cam Smith.
Like Alice is
Thomas
taking it
Wong.
in the chat.
Okay.
Thomas Wong also said Midway Mania.
I'm sorry. What did you say, Phoenix?
Alice is taking it in the chat. So
Yeah, I think so too. Aaron, what's your pick?
Alice.
And then Phoenix,
Alice.
and then Philippe.
Oh, Alice for sure.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and call that one and say that Alice won that between Toy Story Mania and Alice did win that one. All right, do we have time for one more?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so next up we have Splash Mountain versus Ariel Under the Sea Adventure.
That's still a thing?
That's still a thing.
Oh my gosh!
And actually, I think this is the last one on this side.
I thought they changed Ariel Undersea Adventure to a Finding Nemo thing.
No, so Ariel, you're thinking of a different ride. Ariel Undersea Adventure is the one that's in California Adventure.
Oh, okay.
Very much the Ariel Undersea Adventure is very much like the classic Disney rides from Fantasyland.
Mm-hmm.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
It's like a small world vibe, but
do we want Under the Sea or do we want racism incarnate? So
Okay.
but Ariel.
no,
Wait, are you saying Southland Tales of the South or whatever that thing's called? The band, the one band Disney movie is bad? Are you saying that's racist, Phil?
The movie no one can see.
What? My childhood.
I had to get a bootleg copy of it and had it burned on Blu-ray.
Have you seen Song of the South? Have you actually seen that movie?
I have seen it, and it's very, very, very troubling.
I think you have to do a lot to watch that movie.
Yeah, no, you do.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
You do.
It's more work than I would like to put forth.
So when I was in film school, we had a thing where every time we watched a movie, we were required to clap after, like, just in case someone that was involved in the movie might be sitting in the row, because like they would screen it in a theater, and sometimes like the actual person that worked on it might be in the theater, so we were required to clap. But we watched that movie and it was just dead silent.
Hey kids, clap for racism.
I'm not clapping for this.
Clap for racism.
No, cheering, kids. Stop cheering, kids.
Clap
Stop
for
it.
racism.
It really pisses me off to no end.
That's appropriate.
Yeah.
Okay. No.
Being sarcastic.
I know, but you never know when people are walking into this.
It's true.
So I don't know, like, I guess, is it official that they're switching Splash Mountain over to Princess and the Frog?
No, yeah, they made it official.
Because I've been saying
Yeah,
that.
it is official.
That's official.
Okay, because I was saying it in 2016.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, they could easily switch this out. It's already next to New Orleans at New Orleans Square. It has amazing music. The colors are amazing. Like, this would be like so much, like, it would be easy and it would be so much like nicer.
Yeah.
We haven't been on Splash Mountain since we've been together because Alec doesn't want to get wet.
I don't like water rides.
So I've actually have not been on Splash Mountain in years, so I would definitely have to go with Ariel's. But I don't even understand the racism thing because it's been that long. The last time I went on
Never
that
seen the movie. Never.
movie, I haven't been on the ride since I was in 8th grade, so I don't remember.
Yeah, the ride itself isn't racist. What it is that all the characters and the music comes from a movie that is like mired in racism.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like what it is. Like the ride itself is not racist. There's
So
nothing there.
to give you like a sense of
Synopsis.
no, just like so that you can this is the only like example that I really know of. So in the movie, I've never seen it. I've only like heard like reviews of it or whatever. So there are characters in the movie that are crows because it's supposed to be Jim Crow. They're black crows, Jim Crow. And so there's characters, animal characters in the book that are crows that are supposed to be a play on like Jim Crow laws. And
that's actually from Dumbo.
But it's also in Song of the South.
Song of the South, like the racism part is basically the movie's about a slave that's happy about being a slave.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
And then so the movie never really got released because even I guess, well, I don't know. I'm assuming that it was so bad back then that it wasn't released. But Disney, from what I remember and things that I've seen, is Disney needed a theme for this ride. And so that's how they
There was,
not many people know that Disney was a Nazi sympathizer, and there's
What?
actually
Well, he was prior to the end of the war.
Correct.
But a lot of people and we don't need to get into this, but I mean, like a lot of people in Hollywood were Nazi sympathizers, and then the war ended, and everybody changed their ways. But I mean,
the bracket was great. Let's talk about internment camps, guys. Let's do it.
Let's talk about this. Let's actually get votes on this, right? So Ariel's Undersea Adventure versus Splash Mountain.
So Splash Mountain or Ariel's Undersea Adventure at night. So Philippe, what's your vote?
So now just know whatever you pick, if you pick one, you might be racist. So I'm just.
And that's the thing. That's what I'm getting at is the ride
itself. Yeah.
Right. The ride itself, there's no racism there aside from there were characters that were in a racist movie.
Yeah, it shows the characters.
They didn't take over all the stuff from Song of the South. They took characters that lived in that in the universe they created in that movie and made a ride out of it, which is actually really interesting, right? Like, I mean, like when I used to ride the ride when I was a kid, I always used to ask my mom, like, where's this movie? I've never seen this movie with these characters, because I want to watch this movie. I was a big Disney freak when I was a kid. And, I mean, there's like a lot
son tacos.
Yeah, son tacos, right? Como los tacos, okay? Vamos comer. But no, there's a lot of nostalgia to that ride. There's a lot of, I have a lot of positivity attached to the ride itself.
Right.
So racism aside, it's a decent ride. If you're not afraid to get wet.
Yeah, I think that's
what she said.
I would say, if you're not afraid to get wet at night, I think Splash Mountain is actually a pretty good ride.
If you go when it's warm enough.
Yeah. Ariel's Undersea Adventure, though, I really like that ride. I like the, again, I was talking earlier about like the technology in the rides and just the advancement in technology in this one. This is where they started actually using animatronic with animated faces, so you get like a lot more almost like immersion with Ariel's Undersea Adventure.
Yeah,
and that's kind of one of the things that I like about that. Right, again, we're talking at night, so I mean, again, I'm gonna try not racism aside. I think Splash Mountain is a better ride at night.
Okay,
I mean, it opens up and drops you, and like you get to see the night sky, and you get to see Disneyland, and
Mm-hmm.
Yep. That's my vote.
Mm-hmm.
Alec and Bridget, what are your guys'?
I'm gonna go Ariel's.
I'm gonna say Ariel just because I have not been on Splash Mountain in years.
Me neither.
I can't even really remember what the ride is like, so it would be like dishonest to say that.
Mm-hmm.
But to think of it opening you up at night and stuff, I'm sure it is a better ride. I just
kind of like Guardians, how it opens up and you can see everything.
I just
feel
have
like
not
it's like
experienced it in so long and I do love Ariel's. I think Ursula makes that ride. I think the technology is great.
Right.
And I love it, but I have not been on Splash Mountain in years. So I'm gonna go with Ariel's.
Me too.
Okay. Well, let's see. I don't see
the comments. Splash Mountain.
So I'm gonna go ahead and say that Splash Mountain won that one, and Philippe did say that was the end of the first side of the bracket.
Right. So
really quick, just to go over this, so James doesn't write me up or take anything out of the check.
Please.
I got to do a synopsis real quick.
Synopsis.
A recap away keeps the James away.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, James is here, so we already failed at that.
Damn.
All right. So we had Jungle Book. Sorry, our Alexa's going off and yelling at us right now. So we have Jungle Cruise versus Astro Blasters, and Jungle Cruise won that one. Then we had Thunder Mountain Railroad versus.
Alexa, stop.
Is it picking it up? Oh,
I take the row out of Astro Blasters, if you know what I'm saying.
Okay. You do. Then we had Incredicoaster versus the Enchanted Tiki Room, and then Incredicoaster won that one. Space Mountain versus the Mickey Fun Wheel. Mickey Fun Wheel won that one. Then we had Go Guardians of the Galaxy Mission Breakout versus Grizzly River Run. Mission won that one. Peter Pan versus Mr. Toad. Peter Pan won that one. Alice in Wonderland versus Toy Story Mania. Alice won that one. And then Splash Mountain versus Ariel Under the Sea, and Splash Mountain won that one.
Awesome.
There we go. Oh, look, we have another guest.
Puppy.
Puppy!
What's your name?
This is Willow.
Oh,
He has a really Fresh Prince of Bel-Air haircut right now. They did a very low top on her, but she's a little human.
Is that a Bichon or a poodle?
No, she's a golden doodle. She's a mini golden doodle.
That's like the dog your cousin has.
Yeah.
We were talking about this yesterday.
Golden doodle.
Normally she doesn't look like this. She's like a lot like fluffier,
yeah.
but they like flattened out her head and made her a little odd. But we won't tell her that because she's still cute.
She's like, I look fine.
Yeah.
Okay. No. You look. Damn it. It's not working. Okay. You look.
Like she knows.
James is telling us, although we don't want to get wet at night. I'm just saying, don't judge me, James.
You don't know my life.
All right.
Thank you for being on the show, guys. We cannot
all right.
wait to
So
see you
we're gonna
again.
we're gonna go ahead and start doing our little thing here. So guys, we got merch.
Yeah.
We got merch. If anybody's interested in merch from Distance Nerding, message us on the socials, any social media of your choice. And we have shirts, we got stickers, whatever it is you want. Just let us know. It's $20 for a shirt, $25 if we got to ship it in like outside of Sacramento area. Bridgett and Alec, don't worry, I'm going to get you guys covered on that. So you guys got to get your shirts.
We'll just go out there and see you. Go to Raw or something.
There's that.
Hey, what's the sushi place up there?
Makuni.
Makuni, yes.
This spot.
There's a Rayleigh's on Franklin Boulevard.
There's actually this sushi place out in Woodland we're gonna try next. That has looked pretty cracking every time we've gone out to Woodland.
We'll just go up and get the shirts and go eat some sushi, huh?
Hell yeah, dude. All about it. Well, like I said, there's a place around the corner called Oyami that was pretty good that we went to. That's actually, they got good drinks and
that place is oh yummy.
Oh yeah. So yeah, no, when you guys come up here, we'll go on a sushi date.
Perfect.
Okay, so we have merch. What other pressing issues do we have?
You know what? Before I jump into anything, you know what? I need everybody's pluggables. So let's start with Phoenix here.
This is Arning, of course, but I also have a podcast called Mysterium Tremendum. My voice is still coming back, so we haven't done another episode yet. And also we're trying to be careful about COVID. And then of course Capitola Comic-Con. Hopefully you guys check it out and come join us in 2023.
All right, Thicky McSticky.
All right, I'm a.a.ron thick on Instagram. You can find me on my ASMR channel on OnlyFans at Aaron Carter at onlyfans.com. And everywhere else, just find me at your local barber shop. I'll be there hanging out.
What? Layaki.
If anybody cares where to find me, you could just find me at Distance Nerding.
I'll come to the house.
Yeah, you just come over and hang out and eat some food. Bridgett and Alec, let us know what are your pluggables? Where can we find you guys?
If anyone needs a facial that is in the Central Valley, my esthetician page is and makeup. If anyone needs makeup for their wedding or any event, it's ben.haven_. And then my regular Instagram to just see pictures of Alec and my dog are Bridgett_Santos, BRIDGETT_SANTOS.
And mine is my personal, where you can see Bridgett and Willow, would be Davis_143. And I think Willow's is Willow Rain the Doodle.
Yes, hers is Willow Rain the Doodle. We have another dog. We're horrible parents and haven't made an Instagram for him yet, but he's so cute and his name's Walker. And then your regular is
Davis_143.
Yes.
All right. And then you got the Davis Motorsports one too, right?
Yeah, it's still a work in progress. Probably by next year. I think it's just Davis_Motorsports. But
Awesome.
yeah,
All right.
still working on that one. But just follow the personal for now, and then find out info on Davis Motorsports.
There you go. There you go. And then of course,
John Cena.
You can't see me. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you can find us at Distance Nerding everywhere where there's social media. If it exists, we are there. We are on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube's, TikTok, MySpace, Friendster, GeoCities. Of course, we have an OnlyFans, and the OnlyFans is just pictures of Bird's feet. Bird is another co-host on the show. And she would kill me if she knew that I was just saying that we that are her ginger feet.
She's too busy going to like Golden Girls goddess retreats and stuff like that.
Yeah, well, she also works for a senator, so I mean, like that's why she hasn't been on.
Cooler than all of us.
Yeah.
Philippe always has to point out why specifically why people are cooler than us. So.
Very much so. Yes, we are on Twitch. We do have a Zynga page. That is a thing.
Jenga? We playing Jenga?
We're on Farmers Only, ladies and gentlemen. If you need and Christian Mingle, go ahead and go to Christian Mingle. You will find Distance.
I'm on J-Date.
That's a new one.
That is a new one. But yeah, find us everywhere.
You're on Grindr.
All of it. Yeah,
he's definitely on Grindr. We know that 100%.
Yeah.
But yeah, guys, find us anywhere where social media exists. And at the TikTok, if you want to hear Mickey singing 80 songs, there you go. It's the best place to do that, right? Other than that, guys, I think that is it for us. Oh, the next place you're going to see us, if anybody wants to see us in person, is going to be Powerhouse Comic-Con, which is May 14th. Here in Pleasanton, yes, and we're going to be doing a bunch of interviews there and fun stuff. Well, I said in Pleasanton.
Pleasanton is a trek from here.
Yeah, it's about 2 hours. But anyway, still, we are out here, guys. It's time for the dance party. Let's get it! Damn it!
I wish that was the dance party song.
I'll take it.
You can have yourself.
Let's go there.
Oh no, his hair fell off. I can have James do the Cooley Jackson.
Puppy dance party!
Distance nerding.
Uh-oh. Baby Yodas!
James fell apart again.
I just fixed it.
All right, we're gonna
pull yourself together, James.
Come on.
Oh my God, Aaron, what are you doing? You're gonna choke.
Oh God.